37. Oh. And
I have
69.
in my notes.
Whoa, we should be so lucky.
34.
36.
Push it to levels.
That down, and we're gonna
30-ish.
find out
It's
later.
30ish.
We're
We'll
getting
figure it
so
out.
We're somewhere
close
in the
to a
30s.
year.
Late
We're getting
30s.
so close to a year.
Late to mid 30s.
You know what? Random thought, but like, it's crazy to think. I feel like we've been playing together forever, but we're only at session 30 something. Then you think about like
We're
the first
at a
Critical Role
year.
campaign that was like,
Hundreds.
Yeah, hundreds.
like,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
was before they even started recording. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, like to
Yeah.
play the same character that long, that would be.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And we have the same
Wow.
cadence too. It's like weekly, and it's still only 37.
Have none of y'all ever had like a multi-year long campaign?
I
No.
have, but
This is my
started
longest
on the
that I've had.
deployment. I had like a
Yeah.
max of like 12 months before I started seeing everybody. Before everyone that I was playing with decided to fuck off.
That's nuts. That's
We
nuts.
only,
But
we only played D&D because we were bored out of our damn minds.
my longest campaign was a 4-year long. 4-year long campaign with the same dude.
Jeez.
Was it weekly?
I've done it.
Holy
It's the one
shit.
you're still doing on Sundays.
No,
Weekend.
no.
How long's that one
No,
been
it's-
going on?
A year and a half.
Crazy.
Damn.
Well, let's jump into our game. Last we left off, you had gone to Castle Ravenloft to have dinner with the devil, but things escalated, and Strahd and Sir Firestorm found themselves in not a fight to the death, but a bit of brawl to assert some dominance. And as their blows struck and shook the castle, those of you who were watching realized the castle was shaking, but not from their fight. And you ran to see what was happening and discovered that 3 unblinking mages had come to the castle. With what intentions? You might not be 100% sure. But they were met at the bridge by your party, who fought alongside Strahd for the first time and really just put the beat down on these mages who had no weapons and kind of just kept falling to their deaths. And our session ended with Sir Firestorm leaping from the bridge, falling like 100 feet basically, and smashing the last one to splinters. Before Strahd told you all, please, as guests in my home, take the night, rest up, because tomorrow we're gonna go kill the Unblinking.
Rip and tear.
At least that was,
Rip and tear.
yeah. That would be the hope. So, we were gonna start the session with some level ups.
Yay!
So, who does anybody? Well, actually, I'll just make it random. I'll just roll.
Random. Random.
6. 1, 2, 3,
Damn it.
4, 5. That will be Kaz.
Oh,
Kaz,
Thought.
why don't you let us all know what you finalized on what you're taking and what that means for your character, and then let me know what Kaz is doing
Gosh,
in the
okay.
castle for the night.
Okay, so we're staying in the castle.
If you would like to, you're more than welcome to stay in your tower as well. It is just
I
right
think-
across the bridge.
Okay. All right. I am taking Divine Sorcerer, Divine Soul Sorcerer, because I don't think I'm. If I remember correctly, you're not letting me or Mia remove our unblinking ties until we remove the unblinking one. So I can't remove my Warlock level.
Yeah, correct. You are tethered.
Yeah. So I'm taking
For now.
a level in Divine Soul Sorcerer because it's thematically appropriate. And as to what I would be doing, I think if the rest of the group, I wouldn't want to stay in this fucking castle, but if the rest of the group was staying in there, I wouldn't want to leave them sort of without my protection. So what do you guys? Are you guys?
I guess we should figure that out. Do you
Yeah.
all want to stay in the castle, or are you going to go back to your tower?
man. I'll stay.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I was like, I'm staying in the castle.
Nix is
Castle?
in
You wanna go castle?
his Strahd's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll be
Everybody's
in
going
the
to stay in the
castle.
castle.
I guess majority rules. Yeah, castle it is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Oh, boy.
I'm just kind of thinking out loud right now. I would say later in the night when everybody's kind of tuckered away, I would just kind of, with my spear like over my shoulders, kind of walking through the halls, not like trying to find or do any like intel or reconnaissance, just kind of, I imagine from what you said last, like, or the last episode or two ago, like there's just a bunch of like relics and stuff from like hundreds of years of conquest and whatnot. So I would maybe want to stumble onto something that is possibly a relic from like a wizard of Mother Night, or a sorcerer of like Mother Night, or like a relic from something of that nature.
Yeah, I got
related.
you. I got you. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me an investigation check?
Okay. I'm uniquely bad at this.
I believe in you. Come on, Cass.
8 for a 7.
That's so terrible.
Okay. As you begin to walk the hallways of Castle Ravenloft, it's probably close to 1 a.m. Not a soul to be found. No servants, no minions. There are hardly even any bats flapping around. It is unnaturally quiet. And as you're walking down this hallway, you're looking at all of these grand paintings and banners and tapestries of like you said, hundreds of years of conquest. And you start to kind of notice that it almost seems like they're depicting the same events over and over and over again. When you can't leave the valley, there's only so much conquest that can happen. But it seems like Strahd is going to lengths to like make new trophies of his conquest that happened ages ago. And you get to the end of the hallway, and there's like this kind of this glass box case set out to the side, and inside this glass case is this long length. It's almost a little longer than a wand, but it's not quite a staff, made of this pockmarked white stone with a silver crescent moon set at its base. Clearly some sort of wand. And as you go to reach for it, you see your breath, and you kind of look just instinctually over your shoulder as a chill runs down your spine, and you see a ghostly figure walking up the steps. You barely, like with a 7, you barely really catch much of them. The only thing you can see is that, you don't even so much see it as you hear it. It's kind of like this clunking sound this person makes as they walk. A big towering figure that's just kind of, and they disappear up the stairs, going higher up into the tower. What do you want to do?
I'll take a look at that wand and look back. I'll follow after the figure.
Okay. You follow after this figure, winding up stairways, chasing after them. You'll get to one, like you reach the top of the stairs, you look down the hallway, they're not there. You see the breath, and you just catch another glimpse of somebody walking around the corner. But this time it's you don't hear the same sounds. This time you almost hear like the sound of like a cane walking. And you see like a little kind of tiny little figure, almost reptilian with like a little tail, kind of scurry around. It's very strange, but you continue following.
Yes,
and it isn't until you're kind
time.
of walking out onto the top of this spire that you realize you are where your party fell when they fought Strahd. There's nobody out there on the top of this tower. It's okay. I'll kind of put you up here. You're way up near the top of this tower. Whoa. The clouds part for a moment, and the moonlight shines down on top of this spire, and you're by yourself up here.
Yeah, I'll.
What do you want to do?
I'll kind of just do a slow walk around the perimeter, just kind of looking around, and I don't know if I can recall much from that night, but just sort of kind of giving it some like a reverential stare that I knew like something of import happened here. And I'll do like a circle around, and I'll set my spear down on the ground next to me, and I'll get on sort of both knees, and I'll put my hands on my knees and sort of just bow my head and start just whispering a prayer to Mother Night and for, all of my former party members, Maz and Casper.
As you're in this prayer, as you're finishing the last words, and the memories are kind of coming to an end up here of how it all concluded. You hear a familiar voice behind you. You hear Volka. She just says, "Hey, boss." And you look around, and you turn your head, and you see that they're all there. Volka, the Dwarven Ranger, Bolveric, the artificer, the half-orc artificer that had kind of the mechanical arm. There's Maz, the little kobold bard who has like a monocle. He's all fancy. And then there's Seraphim, the young war cleric's kind of a young man, maybe a little older than Gadil. But they're all just standing there smiling at you. They're kind of ghostly forms just flickering in and out of this plane. And Volko kind of extends her hand down to you. If you were to take it, you just pass right through it.
Yeah.
But she says, "You look nervous. I've only seen you this nervous once before."
I haven't been up here since that night. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that's that's it.
Maz, the little kobold, says,
Come on, boss. We've known you long enough to know that can't. That we know when you're lying. What's going on?
We are in the house of our enemy. We are potentially foolishly working together to destroy another. I'd say after what was done to you all, to me, it just doesn't sit well, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't sit well with us either. This place has really gone to shit, too. Looks terrible.
It's crumbling.
Jeez. Whoever these new people you found yourself with, they're way stronger than us. I mean, we barely put a dent on this castle. You basically collapsed half of it. Anyway, and like Max is like getting a little like excited about it, and Volka kind of puts her hand over his little snout and says, "This perhaps is not time to talk of such things." Yes, you find yourself in the house of our... Oh, please, go ahead.
Oh no, I would hope that you do not judge me for this. I am only doing what I think I must to bring about his end.
We know. Of course we trust you. We would never judge you. We followed you here. And you're doing what you need to do. And that is why we have decided we need to do what we need to do. Hold up your spear.
Okay, I'll hold it up.
Place it out in front of you. And just like has happened many, many times before, they all reach out and put a hand on the shaft of this spear. They're all holding it together. The moon glows a bit brighter overhead as it's nearing a full moon. It's only like a weekish away around there.
About 8 days away.
Yeah. And Volka goes on to say, "You, Strahd hated more than any of us. You were punished. Your soul was lost to the fogs. Not us. We have roamed this valley for hundreds of years, spectators, unable to do anything to further the war that you led. And that has changed. I don't think there is going to be another fight after the one that you are helping lead right now. That is why we are going to make one last sacrifice. You will have our essence. One last little contribution to our fearless leader."
And his eyes kind of well up, and he's like, my friends, I do not deserve the honor, but I will gladly accept.
Ulrich, the big half-orc artificer, says, "Yeah, we knew you would." And he puts his big clockwork left arm on your shoulder and kind of grips it hard. I just need you to promise us all one thing here.
Of course.
When you drive this spear through the devil's heart, just make sure he remembers us. All right?
You can count on it, Bulwark. You can count on
Nods
it.
his head. And a beam of moonlight hits the top of the tower. Bulwark's form kind of drifts away, and you feel it's just this surge of powerful, lingering magic enter your body. Look down at Maz. It was an honor serving you, and it is an honor now. And he tips his little hat and he lifts his monocle and he disappears. Seraphim, the young man who never one for words, just kind of gives you a solemn nod, and you're left just you and Velka. And she says, "Are there any last words that you would wish I carry on to them?"
Just to wait for me. I think one way or another I will be seeing you soon.
I look forward to that day.
As do I, Velka.
She kind of brings your forehead to hers and disappears. You feel the surge of magic rise and slowly fade as the moon passes behind the clouds again and everything darkens.
Yeah, I'll hold my spear and then kind of rest my head against it, and I will see you soon. And then I'll look over the moon-dappled landscape and I'll walk back down.
And the last little thing, just flavor-wise for you with the sorcerer, is now when you look at your spear, whenever you want to tap into their power and use your sorcerer abilities, each of their handprints glow like an ethereal, ghostly glow on your spear. Wherever they will kind of hold.
I love the flavor.
Oh.
There's the flavor.
My feelings.
There's the flavor.
Oh.
Oof. All the feels.
All right, I'm gonna marinate in that for a
All
bit.
right.
You guys go.
Hell yeah. Good deal. We'll just go clockwise. Let us know what you're taking and what you're doing tonight.
I will take the draconic gift.
Okay. And what is Gadil doing this night in the castle?
Probably walking around, searching for where he heard the beat of the dragon.
So you want to go back up, try and find your way up to Strahd's room? Because you know where that beating was coming from. You know that there's the mirror in his room, that on the other side of it, you're able to find the heart.
No, then probably I'm not that stupid to go directly to Strahd.
Are you up, Strahd? Psst.
Hey, yo, baby girl, what you doing?
Hey, yo, you up?
No, probably walk around looking for Emberfang Knight things. Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you walk the halls of the castle, you find a particularly old portrait. One that was an original, made, hundreds of years ago to honor a real, victory. And it shows, it's almost like painted in the style that the Level of Hell type old paintings are, where you can see each level and you can kind of work down. It almost tells a story, but it's not meant to be literal. Like, you're looking at Emberlance Keep. And at the top of the painting, this tall vertical painting, you see Emberfang himself kind of flying around and circling the sun, being a worshiper of the Dawn Father. And then you see like it kind of moves down to the next portion of the scene, and the sun is blacked out by bats and warriors and spears all coming together, and you see Strahd driving a spear down into Emberfang's heart. The next scene shows him crashing down into Emberlance Keep, shattering through level after level of the crypts beneath this castle. And it shows on like, now you're kind of on either side of the frame. Strahd's armies are kind of pushing in and driving the Emberlance warriors over the edge of this cliff, and they're all just falling down into the bowels of Emberlance Keep, as if they were falling into hell itself. And there's just fire and death at the bottom waiting for them. And you're just kind of slowly watching this or taking in this story. And you hear a voice behind you say, "That does not do it justice. The battle itself was far more spectacular." And Strahd is it's kind of in just plain evening pants, a low-buttoned shirt. He's kind of wiping some blood from his hand from the fight. He seems very casual. He's not armed. He doesn't have like his breastplate or anything, but he's just looking at the painting. What do you want to do?
I have seen it in dreams. A lot more hellish, really.
Yes, I saw it in my dreams too as a young man, but my dreams were preoccupied with conquest, family legacy. My father, he wanted this place conquered. I was the youngest of his sons. This was the only way to earn his affection. What of your father? Did you have his love? Did you have his affection?
I think I definitely had it before I came here. I I was the only one of a family of archaeologists. He often used to take me to its expeditions. We used to hunt together. My mother used to tell me a lot of stories. And before I came here, he died in front of me.
Well, I am sorry to hear that. My father died in front of me as well, but by my own hand. And you see this ghoulish smile kind of creep across his face for a moment before it disappears. You are fortunate, Kadil, to have known the warmth of your father and your mother's love. Many things have been lost in this valley. I just hope that is not something that you ever lose. But you say that you were archaeologists.
Yeah, we used to search tombs, ruined places.
Well, that would explain it. I wondered why you, of all people, would be snooping around. I am the devil. Good deal. I am Lord of life and death in these lands. You think I would not see a ghost in my own castle?
No,
It's
probably
not an issue. I take no insult. In fact, I might have been more insulted if you had not tried at all. I did not come here to punish you or teach you a lesson. I came to offer you a gift. And he reached back behind and pulls out a small vial. Plain, very simple, just a cork top. Inside, a little bit of blood. And then you hear in your ears the beating of the heart. extends the vial out to you.
I take the vial and look straight to Strahd's eyes. Is this what I think it is? Is this Emberfang blood?
It is.
Why?
I made him a promise when I took his life. He told me that he would accept defeat at my hands, but that if I were to conquer these lands, his legacy might live on through a chosen warrior. One who could live up to what he had created for this land and the fires that burned within him. I don't know why it is you, but I believe it is.
I see more Sir Firestorm more likely to be it, but
So Firestorm is an odd character. A zealous worshipper of Emberfang. There's no question there. A loyal knight. But Emberfang was more than a general. He was a protector of these lands. He kept the hearths warm in houses, kept families together. I think that is something that you might be able to do. It is something Sir Firestorm might not. At least not to the same extent that I think you could. Now, of course, I don't expect you to live much longer. But I am a man of my word. That is my word. I will take my leave. I will leave you with this.
before you leave,
Hmm.
I wanted to propose something, but I wanted to wait after we defeat the blinking one. But
Of course.
taking the opportunity. I think that our last fight should be a proper fight. I wanted to tell you that we choose a day and an hour and we fight like a proper fight.
Why don't you go ahead and make a persuasion check?
Shit, I need this to Oh,
Win him over
persuasion.
with your kidly charm. Do it.
Well, my +0.
You're +0, yeah.
19! Oh my-
Let's go. Almost a nat 20. Almost a nat 20. Let's go.
And what day and what hour might you propose, young Gadil?
Out of character, it is 8 days we need.
I believe so. Well, so it's. I had. It's somewhere. It's either 8 or 7. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Until the full moon happens, and you can go to the Moonmere Temple and have the weapons cleansed.
Whatever the right amount of days are.
But I mean,
Whatever the
that's
right
only
amount
if
is.
we don't want to fuck
I would
around
say-
with cursed weapons to take out this guy.
I would say at least one extra day past the day that we cure these weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
I'd
will
say
be
probably around
9
10.
days. 9
9,
days.
10.
Mm-hmm.
9 days.
I tell him, yeah, I mean, we are fighting the devil. we are going to get allies. We are going to really prepare for this fight. And yeah, I'm really hoping you too.
For your sakes, I hope I do not. But you have my word. 9 days from this hour. And he looks up towards the top of his castle. I will wait for you there.
I like how
Shake
you
his
say
hand.
it? I shake his hand.
He smiles as you extend your own hand out. You are wise beyond your years. Good deal. He extends his own ice cold hand and grips it with a strength that borders on maybe like a bit of a show of his own strength, but not enough to break anything, and gives you a slight bow. I'll let you get your rest. Oh, he stops, turns. He said that you should drink it.
I look a little disgust to the vial and
Take it
open
from
it and
me. It's not as bad as you might expect.
I smell it and drink.
As you drink it and bring the vial down, Strahd's gone. He's vanished. And it immediately is this like burning hot sensation. Not like spicy hot, not like you ate a pepper. It's not even like a hot sensation from like food. It's like your whole body, your insides are on fire as soon as you drink this. And you kind of double over in pain and kind of hit the ground, and you see your hands for a moment kind of like claws extend out, and the scale, like your hands, the tops of your hand and fingers, kind of this red scale that starts to emerge as you sort of are taking on some draconic appearances. But I would like you to tell us, like, oh, is the music being super weird for y'all?
Yes. Yes.
Just noticed that. What the heck?
It's got all
Let me check
dubstep.
I didn't want to like try to ruin the moment.
Excuse me. Aaron, would you mind trying it on your end? Like, if I bail out of Bardbot, would you mind playing it? Just see if it works. Because that was super obnoxious. Just put on some sort of like creepy ambience. I don't care exactly what it is.
Beyonce.
But sorry, back to you. I'd like you to what would you like this gift, this whatever you're receiving here? What do you want it to kind of look like?
What? I think it should be because I have the dragon mark on my hand like a burn. I think it should be a continuation, like my whole arm is literally becoming like a dragon arm.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. Because yeah, so you see like those red scales continue to kind of jut up out of it. Your knuckle bones like almost turn into kind of like small little dragon horns that could like rip through flesh. And on the undersides of your arm and up your bicep, you have these kind of like frills, like a dragon might have on the top of their head. And you look over at this arm that's just like radiating with fire. And then your other arm, like you look, and in this moment, as this magic is kind of moving across your body, it is this stone, like slightly too long for your own body arm, the one that you like reattached using Kai. Yeah, you have these two different like arcane arms that are just pulsing with power, and you double over again as the magic kind of like works its way through the last of your system and kind of cough and vomit up a little bit of like kind of fiery hot, like almost like lava looking at it. It's like hisses as it hits the ground. And then you look up drenched in sweat, and right in front of you is Amaru just and he just gives you like a big sloppy like lick on the face and kind of lets a little smoke out of his nostrils and seems pretty excited about whatever's going on with you right now.
I guess. Pet Amaru and yeah, we need to rest.
Okay.
I hope this night I don't get war dreams.
You head off to the chamber that's been prepared for you. Ludovic, we're to you. What are you taking?
So after multiple internal bouts of which I wanted to go, I decided to stick with the Rune Shaper feat of Charisma, and then I changed the spells around. I picked up Armor of Agathis, which was the same, Burning Hands, and Fog Cloud.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And what are you doing this evening?
So I'm probably walking around, at this point, probably lost in the castle, trying to go to the dungeons. I want to see if Sir Arthur is still alive in his skeletal state of so I'm trying to walking around, most definitely probably lost in the castle, but trying to make my way down to the dungeons.
Okay. And do you have your shield / gong with you, I assume?
I don't really go anywhere without it, but it's just like it's on my back. I've pulled out Arthur's like music book, and I'm just like probably flipping through it, looking around. So.
Okay. Why don't you give me a perception check real quick as you're walking the castle?
Perception. Okay, not bad. 18.
All right. You not only do you do a pretty good job of not getting too lost, you kind of just follow stairs down, expecting they'll take you where you need to go. And then you notice the fact that you don't hear any music would not, like, no one else would be walking through this castle in the middle of the night, be like, why am I not hearing a song? What? But you, knowing you're getting closer to where he should be, the fact that you're not hearing music almost is a little cause for concern for you. And then you reach this like kind of a large archway of stone with stairs that descend down, and there's like kind of dust drifting up from it, almost like a draft is kind of moving up through this area. You can see cracks in the stone and the foundation, and you know that if you were to keep going down here, you're not exactly sure what you would find, but you know it will lead to the section of the castle that collapsed, that totally fell in on itself. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look back up the stairs and see that I have definitely traveled quite the distance, and kind of look back down. Just kind of think to myself, like, well, this is kind of where it collapsed. That maybe Arthur's not still sentient. Maybe he finally moved on and he's a pile of bones under the rubble. And so I'm kind of thinking that, put the book away and put it back in my satchel, and I'll bring my shield up, and I hit just a few runes to kind of just like a peace song to like let the dead rest in peace. Just it's a nice mellow tune, nothing, no thunder wave or anything, but just a nice casual little.
You play this soft, gentle melody, and it echoes down the chamber stairs, and then kind of stops abruptly as if it had hit a wall of stone. And you hear a voice behind you say, "That is a beautiful melody." And you look over your shoulder and see Tatiana Moonscabbard's ghost, kind of just floating in the air, just looking at you with a smile.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. I had not heard that song in... I can't remember how long. Who taught you that song?
My friend slash mentor, Arthur Proudstring.
You know Arthur.
I do.
He's a good man. I was happy when my sister agreed to marry him. They seem to love each other very much. He always had the most beautiful music.
I think I've heard otherwise on the your sister loving my friend. If I remember correctly, she's actually the reason he ended up here and the reason, well, you died as well.
I'm sorry. Died?
So, well, you've been at the loop a while. Interesting. So I guess short story long, or long story short. Yeah, that way. Obviously, your sister, fucking, why can't I remember her name? Tara, yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, she, was, air quotes, in love with Arthur when she was really in love with Master Strahd. She was very jealous of you. Only married Arthur because it made the most sense, I guess, at the point. She threw you off the tower, and she had Arthur kind of martyred out, in a sense. And then she became some, like, evil hag that... No, not calling your sister... Actually, no, yeah, calling your sister a hag because she did turn into a hag. And then she fucked up some really good wine, but we fixed that aspect.
Yes, well, you certainly must be a friend of Arthur, as he too loves to tell ridiculous stories. Thank you for entertaining me with that one.
You're welcome.
Do you... Perhaps a silly question. I'm embarrassed to ask, but do you take requests?
I know it, or if I've at least heard it somewhat personally, but I have Arthur's book. If Arthur knew it, I might be able to play it. Though songs on a gong aren't always the taste of many people.
If it was written by Arthur, then I'm sure it will be a beautiful song. Especially if you play it as well as you did the other. And she kind of drifts over to the stairs and takes like a very like delicate ladylike seat, like a very like old princess seat, just kind of like ooh, sits down, and she kind of pats the stairs next to her for you to come sit next to her.
I'll move slightly closer, but I won't sit on the stair right next to her, as having the gong out does take up a little bit of room. So, like, I'll find.
Of course.
Yeah,
Told you I have a girlfriend.
Conscious.
I have a girlfriend who's also your like great granddaughter.
But like, I'm also in her brother's body. But
Oh shit!
weird story. Totally another time. But yeah, so I'll find like maybe like a broken piece of rock that's big enough for me to kind of sit down on, and I'll crisscross and look up at her. And what song do you request?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was a silly little song he would sing. about a group of grave robbers who sneak into an old cemeteries to steal a princess's bones. I don't know why, but it always made me laugh when I heard it. Do you think you could play that one? And you like immediately like, oh, I know the song she's talking about. Like,
Yeah.
why didn't I like? And you're like, why did I never think of that before? But you know exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah, so like kind of recalling exactly kind of how that song goes. Like there's a few parts that kind of like flutter off the top of the head. So I pulled out the book and it's like one of the pages. I have the page like right behind it, like folded over and like bookmarked, because it would be like it's my identify spell is like just bookmarked, and it's like you have the grave robber identify. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So look at it. I flip it open and I set it nicely on the rock right next to me and kind of like air strum it out for a second, and then I look back up at her and I just start playing it.
You're going to play the song on this gong, and be it your own skill, be it a song written by Arthur Proudstring, or just the acoustics of wherever you are, but it is a beautiful, beautiful song. And as you play, Tatiana begins to sing. She sings the words of this song that eerily kind of mimic your own quest into this castle and stealing the bones. But in this version of the song, it ends with everybody who was doing it like gets hung at the end of it. It's kind of like a weird like grim tale sort of story where it's like, ha ha ha, like isn't this horrifyingly cute? But as she sings, you notice that on this gong, runes that either you hadn't seen before or were almost like hidden within the runes that were already appearing out. Like this, it's a decorative gong, it has a lot of art and things etched into it. You begin to see like moons glowing around the perimeter of this gong. Runes that either her own voice is kind of calling out of the shield or putting into it with her own words. And as you begin to strike at these, like you realize like where you are striking for this song is where these moons are. It's like showing you the next note to play and kind of like teaching you this song in real time. Sort of like one last little gift from Arthur. And as you finish the last couple song or notes, Tatiana's voice is kind of trailed off, and you strike the last boom, and it echoes all around you, and you kind of open your eyes out of a little like flow state, and she's not there. And you look down at the gong just as the moon glyphs are starting to, or runes are kind of fading, and you see your like sheet music was kind of sitting in your lap, so you could see it and play it. Kind of falls out and spills in front of you, and a sealed envelope kind of slides out from the folder.
I'm gonna like look at it, and I'm gonna hit a few runes. Like it did like this note like fall onto like the ground and stuff like that, or is it like still in the book?
Oh, it was in the like it was kind of hidden somewhere in the book, and it just slid out onto the stone.
So like not moving from my spot, I'll hit just a few more runes, and I'll end up using like my mage hand to like swoop down, and like a single clef will like swoop up underneath of it and like bring it up to me, and I'll like open it up and I'll read it.
It has a little seal, a little wax seal that is a grinning skull with like a ridiculous big feather plumy bard's hat on it. And you cut the seal, and there are two things inside. First one is a short little note from Arthur Prowse. It's kind of there's not much to it. Really, it just says, "Dear Ludovic, thank you for the good company. Thank you for being a great student. But truly, thank you for being one of my greatest friends." And he signs his name with it. And he says, P.S. I had been working on something for a long time. And I think you might be able to finish it for me. And you'll flip over to the next page, and it's a piece of sheet music with one of the most complex, like, I can't think of the compositions. Thank you. Like, it almost like looking at it, from a musician's perspective, looking at this, you would think like this is impossible to play. Like it's asking you to do things that are impossible to do at the same time on this instrument. And yet somehow Arthur seems to have been kind of figuring out a little bit about what this could do. And will you give me a performance check, DC 18, to see if you can kind of get a sense of what this might be right now?
Get it. Roll so high.
Inspiration.
Yep.
I need this. I need it.
Sweet, sweet liberation.
Can you?
Hey!
Okay, 25.
Never didn't have it.
You are not in a place where you could even hope to complete this right now. It would take some time, but it looks like Arthur was composing a wish spell. He's very, very, very close. He's very close to having it done. But it'll take a little time for you to figure it out.
You take that to Mamma Mia.
Fucking yeah. So I'll looking at it and like lay down on my music book, and as I'm going through it and seeing that, like, trying to figure out, okay, so I need to hit like this note and that note, and figuring out kind of where I need to set my hands as I'm trying to go through it and getting all flustered. I gently like fold it back up and like tuck it into my coat jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just sitting there for a little bit longer, and I look down into the collapsed stairs that go down, and just say out loud that Arthur, our time was short, time was good. Wish there was some more time that you could just teach me a few more things. Maybe one day I'll let the greatest peace that you'd hear in whatever realm you currently reside. But I thank you for everything you've taught me, for the mentorship, and most of all, the friendship you've granted. So sad that I may not be able to see you again, at least in life, but regardless of death, I look forward to the music we shall continue to make together. I'll see you again soon, my friend.
As you kind of give a little bow and turn away, you hear nothing. And this time, knowing that, or just feeling in your heart that he's at rest, whatever tormented life he had trapped down in that dungeon, it's over. Now his songs will live on through you.
Yeah, I'll
back to your bunk.
Make a couple left turns at Albuquerque when I should have made a right.
You're just wandering the castle. Where the fuck am I? All right. Halfway through. Mia.
Hello.
Sweet, sweet Mia.
Oh boy. Every
I'm
time you say
listening,
sweet,
but I gotta
Mia,
turn my
The
AC
anxiety.
on.
the anxiety of sweet Mia, I'm just like, oh god, fight or flight. You know
What are you
me?
taking and what are you doing?
You know me, tried and true cleric level. Baba
Nice.
booey. Nothing too fancy. Nothing too. I would be taking a feat if I didn't level sorcerer. I just want to forget. It's fine. It's fine. It's a-okay. Mia is sort of coming down from the high that was, oh fuck, we just took down 3 more wizards. This is getting more serious. And like Kaz was doing in the beginning, she's just sort of like walking around, just like taking in everything, not necessarily for tactician purposes, but more so just so much of her life is tied to this place, and she knows nothing about it. And she sort of ends up finding herself back up to the throne room, back up to the ledge from where that fateful fall occurred that started this whole thing up to the motion. And before she went out, for the first time since she left Barrowvale with these group of people, she has her old village clothes on. Ratty, muddy, some wood chippings left over from fixing some of the houses. And she's just sitting at the edge and just looking up at the stars and kind of shakes her head for a second. And she uses her last 3rd level spell slot that she has, because we're going to be doing a long rest after this, so why not? And she sends a message up to Strahd and says, "Good evening. I'm sure you're making your rounds. There are things we have to discuss. Preferably, I would like to do it before we march, but I know we'll make it. You'll know where to find me."
You hear him say out loud, "Yes, I thought I might." And he is already like leaning against a pillar, like waiting for you here. He's kind of just like back in a shadowy alcove, and he steps out. He's holding. He's just the same as he was with Padil, but now he's holding a chalice with very red wine, of course.
Oh.
He just walks out and kind of rests his elbows on a balcony. Just kind of looks out over the gray night valley. He looks to you. We need to hear what you have to say.
So, this is awkward. And she's actually genuinely laughing. Just it's so funny. At the beginning, I felt so left out because everybody had a blood feud with you. And to be completely honest, I should have hated you before I left. Everybody complained about you down in Barrowvale. There was death and rats and everything in between. I tried to pick up the pieces, but nobody seemed to care. But I didn't have a problem with you. You never did anything to me. And then I started to learn things and remember things, and you are going to kill me. Or you're going to try. You may succeed, you may not. Is it still worth it?
If it means having her back, then yes. It will always be worth it.
I mean this with the greatest respect possible, which is surprising. I'm sure somebody somewhere is crawling in their skin hearing me say that to you, but so Casimir on the roof just, why do I feel a shiver? And just sort of shakes her head and just. You're doing what you feel is right. But have you actually stopped to consider if this is what she wants? You're going to do whatever you want to do regardless. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. It's more so just... You said it yourself. There's nothing left here. Why not just go to her?
I don't think I have tried.
Well, that's what we're here for, aren't we? That's what you hired us for.
The suicide.
Just fucking kill yourself, dude. Honestly?
I have tried countless times to end my own suffering here. But whatever curse the Raven Queen has placed upon me prevents it from taking hold. That was a long time ago. Now I know that when we are reunited, she might question it at first, but it won't take more than an age or two for her to see that our love is the only thing that matters. And I mean that quite literally.
I know you do. And she finally stands up and dusts off her skirt, and she turns to face him. You know, I wouldn't exist if not for the Raven Queen.
Perhaps it is a greater curse than the one I bear.
I don't know. I got to live this life. I got to meet all these people. Experience things. They may not have been good things, but they were things. And I got to meet you.
Yes.
I don't want anybody else to die. And I mean nobody else. So I want to ask you something. This ritual of yours, you need our blood. A lot of this is because of the Raven Queen. I'm made by the Raven Queen. Why not just use me as a vessel? Leave my mom out of this. Once this is all over, we take care of this fog. Claim everything. Because I don't even think I'm gonna live anymore after we take care of this unblinking one. He brought me back. Him dying might kill me. So I won't have any use for me. And I'd rather give up myself doing something worth doing. Her life didn't deserve to be ended.
No, it did not. If this was something that I could give you, Mia, I would. But it is not. Tatiana, I can only have her back with the blood of all living moon scabbards in this valley. Women, you know that detail, but
Mm-hmm.
your blood alone is not enough.
And who told you this?
Fate.
Fate, really?
Magic is something that can never truly be understood. I do not weave the laws of it. I'm sorry. There is very little I have control over in this valley. I feel a little bit of the suffering, the torment that I go through every day. I can give you one thing, though. He is alive. I spared him. I made sure of it. He is in Barrowville, with what few other survivors there were. Took shelter in his church. Once I knew who he was, after I learned who you are, well, I felt his death would be unnecessary. I hope that it is some comfort to you.
I wish it was. I truly wish it was. You want to know something? One of the first times I ever had an existential crisis, I threw myself off a balcony. It was nowhere near as tall as this. Only 3 stories. But I didn't die. I wonder. With this, and she kind of like lifts herself up and she sits on the railing. Me going over. Would this bring you closer to your goal? Do you have to use a special ritual, or am I just gonna be, you know?
If you were to throw yourself from this balcony, then that would mean your mother would die without you by her side.
Her life would be so much better if she didn't agree to have me.
I agree.
And she turns back around, she gets off the railing.
He like extends a hand out to kind of like help you down off the railing too.
Thank you. You know, Kings wanted to save you at one point. Everybody thought he was crazy. But I think I was one of the only people who were secretly rooted for him. I wish it didn't have to happen like this.
I wish that as well. I have
Treat.
killed untold souls. Other foolish heroes that have found themselves prisoners of my domain. I killed them and felt nothing. So why is it with you and the rest of your family that I feel guilt?
I don't know. She kind of turns and wipes away some dust that was on her shoulder. I think that's something you need to ask yourself. I can't speak for all the moon scabbards. Oh, I probably don't even count as a moon scabbard. But my blood does. And I don't know you. I know stories of you. I know how you like to parade yourself around as a caricature of yourself at this point. she just kind of steps back into the throne room. You have this big old castle and this big room. But all I can really say, based on what I've seen as her, as a legacy of free fall, I hope that you feel okay with this. I hope that this is something that you can justify yourself with when she's back. knowing all the countless people that had to go. Because what it's worth for you is worth centuries for us. Good night.
He doesn't say a word as you leave. Just left on his own out on the balcony. Look out across his dead and empty valley.
Yep. Bitch.
Rude.
Guilt. Feel bad.
As you're leaving, you kind of have this like wave of not nausea, almost like it takes you a second to pin the feeling. It's like adrenaline. Like, whoa, that's like, and you're not maybe thinking it so literally in these terms, but you're like, wow, like, that just feels weird. And then you realize like last time you ever felt something like that was a few weeks ago when your heart had been beating again. And you put your hand to your chest quickly and just cold and you don't feel anything, but maybe when you were on the ledge and you were sitting there looking down at a lethal fall, maybe that ringing in your ears in that moment wasn't just the drama of the moment. Maybe it was something was beating in that moment. I'm not sure. You just walk back to your room, just kind of feeling at your chest, hoping to feel a beat. You don't feel anything.
Please. Damn it! Please, goddamn you!
All right. Next up, but certainly. Oh, we're not. I was going to say last but not least. That makes no fucking sense. We still have Sir Firestorm. Nix, let us know what you're taking. And
I am taking 5th level of Pally, and I switched out my feat for Warcaster instead of Defensive Duelist. And then I am going to try to find Uncle Strahd.
You'll find Uncle Strahd.
Yep.
Everybody's going for good old Uncle Strahd.
He's like trying to get back to his bedroom. He's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Please. I need my sleep.
I just wanted to give him one last chance, man.
You walk the castle for quite some time, just trying to get a feel for it. After a little while, you're like, he's probably here somewhere. You start looking for him, and eventually you find your way into. You kind of press through these double doors that have been slightly ajar into some sort of throne room. Looks like it hasn't been used in decades. But you see,
I go sit in the throne. It's a throne room. I go sit in the throne.
You walk up and
To our conversation.
Sit down in the throne and it feels strange. Like you might have seen this or sat in this before. And then Strahd's voice, you hear it as he steps into the room from a balcony, having just a few minutes prior finished a conversation with Mia. It suits you. Just as well as it suits me.
It will once you're gone. Yes. I don't want to take it from you, but...
Is it so?
Yeah. I want to go home. Back to my wife, my family. But, she has, made it quite clear that you can't rule here anymore, to me.
So the Raven Queen has cursed another Raven.
Seems that way.
And what if you fail? What if you and the rest of your foolish party perish tomorrow in the gaze of the unblinking one? And it is only you left. If I were to extend a hand of mercy to you, would you rule by my side? Is that something you would do?
I would consider. Family stays together, right?
Yes, it does. I was talking to someone earlier about family. I don't know if I ever felt part of one. My own, at least. She was the only one who ever made me feel loved.
Did you give your family a chance to love you?
I don't know if they had any love to give.
I do. And I'm family.
He kind of leans back against the wall and looks at you still sitting on the throne.
And I show him my hand that I cut to fill his goblet earlier. Be like,
The others of your party I have spent a good deal of time with. I know why they are here, I know what they aspire to be. But you... I'm struggling. You say you have a family, a wife waiting for you.
Mhm.
That you want to go home. And yet you have sworn an oath that has doomed you to stay here. Make sense
someone
of that
has.
for me.
Well, a Ravenloft must rule. You're doing a shitty job. Kind of lands on me, don't you think? Look outside. Is this a thriving place? That happened on your watch.
This is her doing.
Find someone else to blame. That's fine.
You think I would let something that I had spent my entire life fighting to earn fall into such state of ruin? You think I would do this on purpose?
Out of heartbreak, maybe. Neglect, being ravaged by grief, can do lots of things to people. You're not immune to that.
He still has his goblet. He just tosses it, like the blood out of it. He just throws it over the side of the balcony, and you don't even hear it ever hit any rock. It just falls so far. I've lost my appetite. You know, Nix, I never did like my family, and now that I have more of it here with me, I'm beginning to remember why. We Ravenlofts are arrogant, condescending, boisterous. But we are a strong people.
You're not wrong.
When I first came to this valley, I spent years fighting for it. I don't know how long it has been since I've had to fight for it again, but I guess I have to thank you for that gift. I look forward to our battle. And may the better Ravenloft sit upon this throne next, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Not much to think about. I'll leave you to your thoughts. He places his chalice, just kind of sets it down on the throne arm beside you. Bows his head and goes to leave.
One last question before you go. You've said you've been here hundreds of years. Have you ever thought about your death? And
Every day.
if you could choose your manner of death, what would that be? Peaceful, glorious combat.
If I could choose my death, I have tasted my own blood on the battlefield. I have stared death in the eyes as a serpent of fire descended upon me from the sun itself. And I tire of those days. If I were to die, I would have it be in my bed, beside my love, peacefully in my sleep.
If I can do that for you one day, I will.
Thank you. Just bows his head.
I'll just give him a bow.
After he steps out, a moment passes before you hear and a raven lands on the balcony outside and just kind of cocks its head at you and then hops out of view.
Oh. I'll follow it if I can, or see where it went. I'll bamf out my wings and
Oh, cool.
try to find it.
You step out on the balcony, bamf your wings, and you spot it. It's just kind of flying, it's just kind of making its way down the side of this castle into a deep ravine. You want to follow?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You leap from the balcony and fall down the side of this cliff, spreading your wings for like the last second to glide along the lengths of this canyon. And you eventually find the raven perched in what looks like a small little kind of pile of rock. As you get closer and land, you see that it is rusted armor and a skeleton partially buried in the dirt. Given its placement, looking up, it looks like they might have been thrown or fallen from this castle long ago. And ever since, you can see they wear not like a paladin like knightly breastplate, but a thin breastplate with what looks to be a symbol of a raven etched across it. And in one arm, it's kind of like limply up out of the dirt, clutching a broken, rusted blade, and the other is kind of like limply holding onto the straps of an old shield. And it's just laying there like mouth open. Fallen warrior of the Raven Queen.
Yeah, I want to examine the weapon and the shield. See if they're magical or, anything of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Pick up the sword. It's been shattered halfway down the length. It's rusted, but the hilt is shaped like two ravens' wings, kind of arcing out in either direction. And the bottom of the hilt is like a raven's open claw with a heart like clutched in the talons.
Oh.
The shield you pick up, and it looks like it's just kind of like two crossed raven's wings that form the kind of like diamond shape of a shield with a single silver raven skull set right in the center of it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take that with me. The shield for sure. I'll just strap it to my back, and then I'm gonna ceremoniously cast funeral. I'm gonna cast ceremony and then funeral rite on this corpse before I leave.
You look down at the corpse and begin to pray for it. Two raven's wings, kind of ethereal wings, rise up from the dirt and rest upon it and pull it down deeper into the earth for its final resting place. The raven that had been perched nearby flies off. And as you turn around, leering over you, looking down from deep within the empty eye sockets of her mask is the Raven Queen. Just with her head cocked slightly to the side. She says, "That shield is a gift to one I entrust with the defense of this valley when the devil has been slain. It is a shield that you take willingly.
Yes.
And if I were to offer you a chance to revoke your oath and know that you might return to your wife, what would you choose?
That's a bit of a loaded question. Of course I want to go home and see my family. But I've seen what my family has done to this valley as well. So I'm not sure I could give you an answer right now.
They call me the goddess of fate. Many believe that to mean that I have set it in stone. No. All of you are masters of your own fate. The choices you make, they are what set your fate in stone. I merely ensure that the path is clear. I can give you sparse time.
Thank you.
There will come an hour when I come to you with this offer. And I will need your decision. You can only avoid your fate for so long.
Understood. I do have one final question. Did you curse my uncle?
No, I tried to help him. I told him that this valley would be his doom. I begged him to abandon his conquest, to leave this place forever. But his own bloodlust and his longing for his father's approval drove him mad. He did not listen to me. In fact, I fear I might have drove him into the hands of the corpse raiser himself. See, I did not curse him. The corpse raiser gave Strahd his power. But when Strahd found his love, he had no room in his heart for any other. He stopped worshipping the corpse raiser. Strahd always wanted to be a tyrant whose legacy would live on for the ages. Corpse Raiser made sure that would happen. Has kept him alive, trapped here ever since. But Strahd refuses to accept that fate.
We are stubborn.
That is why I've always liked your family.
I'll bow my head and then fly back up to the castle.
You bow your head and look back up. It's just a few ravens kind of flying up into the sky. So you return with your shield. And that little silver, raven skull will be the focus that allows you to cast spells while you're holding the shield. Mr. Firestorm. Now I can say that makes sense. Last but certainly not least.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Soon to be the movie.
You need some ice for those fucking burns that Nick was throwing out.
I know, goddamn.
Damn.
Mia and Nick's really let Strahd have it tonight.
I mean, if there's only really 3 people in this group that have the 1-2 lick pass. And it's Kata's, Mia, and Nyx.
Yeah.
And now Firestorm, so that makes 4.
Hello.
Yeah, Firestorm. What you taking and what you doing?
Well.
Also, thank you for your patience. I know it's been an hour and a half for you.
Just fine. What I am doing is once everybody, well-to-dos, ha ha ha, on Firestorm. The moment I'm finally alone, I'll bamf my sword out and stab it into the ground, and I will begin a prayer. Oh, I'm taking 2 ability stat increases, by the way. Charisma and Constitution. Okay. Lord of Flame, give me strength. I plead to you tonight, for I am not strong enough to stand against the evil around me. On my own, I will stumble in time and be crushed under the tides of darkness that flood around me. I need your aid to save me from the shadows of this world and strengthen my resolve for the upcoming battle. And from myself, I give you my eternal life. Life eternal. Because even as I put my sword against the foes of my people, the darkness still rises back. And even though my shield guards the defenseless from evil's claw, they still seem to find a way through. I plead to you, Holy One, to lend me the power necessary to bring light back to Barrowvale. So, Father, give me strength. I do not ask you to do this task for me, but to show me the light. Do not consider me a child demanding a favor, but a warrior willing to swing this blade in your name. And I grip it tighter. Father, give me the strength so that I may do your will. Grace me with the gifts so that I might set about the task before me. Give me aid, but do not take this task from me, for I'm eager to test myself and push on. That is all.
And save Mia, please. Give her a heartbeat.
Sir
In due time.
Firestorm, as you're knelt in prayer, it's a prayer you've recited only once before. It was back in Emberfang's private temple. And you made this prayer moments before you were sent to aid the party. As your eyes are closed and you're making this prayer, you hear a voice before you say, "Rise." Open your eyes and you see this glimmering paladin of the dawn in this shimmering gold and white armor of the Dawn Father himself. He is wearing this helmet that, like, the face guard, when you pull it down, has this like decorative sun that is just this huge like frame around his face. He has this collar of radiant sunbeams and a billowing cloak of white hot flame, and he has a sword rested on one shoulder that he taps over to the other as he says, "Rise." And behind him, you are seeing, like, you are back in Emberfang's temple with that circular sort of, if you remember, there was that sort of alcove where that fire was burning, the like circular fire where you'd pulled the sword. You're back there. You're at like the base of the stairs looking up.
Ooh. I rise up and I bow to him.
You do not need to bow to me, friend. I am in your debt.
Who are you?
Do you not recognize me? And you look him up and down. He's kind of this larger-than-life figure. Kind of almost towers above you. Something about the voice is a little familiar, though. Go ahead and give me a history check.
History with a capital H. Ooh, a +0. Heck yeah.
Flat roll. Flat roll.
It's a sexy 12.
Can't quite pin it.
Forgive me, but for the life of me, I can't quite. Your voice sounds familiar, but maybe it's the armor. Is this new armor or something?
You're from Papa?
He looks over his shoulder and down at the stairs. He says, "This right here is where I saw you come to my aid. You fought alongside me before I fell. Perhaps this will help you." And he brings his hand up and begins to pull the like sun mask back, and you see the like strong jaw of King's. You see the brilliant smile, and then brings the mask back, and your body goes numb as there is just this smashed open, ripped open eye socket in the center of his skull that weeps blood. It begins to like weep blood as soon as you see it, and it's just this, like you should be able to like see inside his skull, but it's just black oblivion as he's smiling down at you, and a drop of blood kind of hits your snout and rolls down as he's just grinning down at you.
I take my blade, put it to his throat. You have no business being here. You have no business controlling this body. He deserves to be in the home of the Dawnfather, and you know this.
Oh, he is home. And this was my temple before you stole it. But I'll make you this promise. With this vessel, I will rip your heart from your body. And I will pierce your lifeless corpse against that very wall. And I will run it through with that same sword. And your pathetic flame will raise legions for my master. Legions we will set out across this land and conquer. In honor of the great Emberlance Knights, of course. Doesn't that make you happy?
Do you want to know what makes me happy? Genuinely. Because I can tell you.
His like, it's still this like creepy Joker smile that it almost looks like he would have his hands in his mouth, like pulling it back, but he's not. His lips are just doing that. And he leans down. He has to like kind of squat just to like meet your eye level.
I would be delighted to know.
And I pull my sword back, do a flip with it, stab it in front of the ground in front of me. What will make me truly happy is whenever I drive this blade clean through your eye and I save the man that you think that you own. And then I save the rest of them from whatever glimpse of power you think that you will hold on to. You're nothing, just as he's nothing. Like kind of Strahd. I have been given a second wind by not foolish heroes, but the heroes that will save Barrowvale. And I will live until I see it come through, or until I see that man that stands in front of me do it for me.
You are nothing more than stubborn coals that refuse to be smothered out after the flame has long burnt itself to death.
And what are you?
Man, I am a god. Strahd is no devil. He is a pathetic old man waiting to be struck down, and I will do that for him.
If you're a
We
god,
serve the
then
same master, but he is a pathetic man. He's not worthy of the throne he sits upon. Neither are you, neither are none of you in your company. Only I can make this valley what the Corpse Razor intended for it to be.
What was that word I heard in there? What was it? Serve? You're merely a pawn. You're nothing. You think we're nothing. Look at you. You're serving someone who actually has power. You're merely being gifted something. And we're going to take it away tomorrow.
Is that so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I look forward to it. Just remember, I see all.
Not whenever my blade's in your eye.
Huh.
Do not
fear.
fear.
We'll have to see if that comes to be.
And he rises, towering over you again, looking at you with that smile, and he brings the helmet mask down, and like he doesn't quite shrug that much, but suddenly the air shifts. As the voice of King speaks from behind the mask again and says, "Sir Firestone, kneel."
I don't believe I should. You're not you. Not yet.
Not you when you're hungry.
And as I say that, I pull the blade out Forgive me, this might hurt, but I promise you I will save you. You have my word under the dawn and the flame, and I cast Branding Smite into my blade, and I'm gonna stab him in the chest.
Woo.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
I would love to.
Am I in love with Firestorm? I think
That's
I am.
That's a filthy, scrumptious 20.
Oh.
You bring your elbow in with such force you shatter and dent in the like armored kneecap. This hulking form kind of crumples to the ground as you drive your fist up and like dent and smash in the like smiling mask face and rip it off. And as you kind of like lift his head with his sword, his head is huge, like the size of your torso. It is just back to that grinning, weeping, bloody eye socket on Kings's enormous head as you drive your sword through his chest. It erupts out his back in this firestorm, and the head kind of spats out blood. More of it weeps from the eyes, and then he looks back up. You missed. And black fire erupts out of the eye socket and envelops you, and you feel like the life being burned out of you as he just cackles and begins to lower his head until his eye socket envelops you. And you are back kneeling in prayer, your sword crackling in your hand.
Whew. I think I made a mistake.
You're still level 7.
Nah, you're good.
6.
I'm an oath breaker.
Do I tell them that I told them we were coming, or do I not? I should probably tell them.
Yes. Yeah, I'm your conscience now. Hi, Sir Firestorm. It's me, Mia. Pair of make good decisions in this group. Don't you know? Never made a wrong decision.
I once threw myself off a cliff because I had a panic attack.
I mean, I calmed down.
An imaginary thing started talking to me.
It worked.
I will. I'll pull my sword out, put it behind my back. It disappears, and I'm just gonna wander until I find a nice place to sleep.
As you put the sword behind your back and stand, you see kind of hanging from the wall in front of you this long tapestry that at the very like top of it, it has a symbol of a smiling sun that looked very similar to like the helmet that oh my god, Kings was wearing in the vision. And it's kind of similar to what Gadil had seen. It's like a tapestry that tells the story as you move down it. And from the sun's fire, like the light of it shines down on a dead dragon's carcass with blood falling off of its wounds. And it like the dragon's blood makes rain that falls down onto the Barrowvale Valley. And at the very bottom of this tapestry, there reads a small little prayer of the Dawn Father, one that Kings would have recited many times in his life. Is there any particular prayer you would like that to have been?
Well, just give me a moment.
You got them all written down.
Yeah, he just has to find the right Google Doc.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have one saved.
Best part about not following any religion, I don't gotta do any of that.
Inside this world covered in cloud, one finds themselves surrounded by Strahd.
Stroud.
With Strahd. With a world covered in blight, show your strength and bountiful light.
As you read the words of the prayer, the like threaded script on this tapestry begins to ignite, and fire begins to creep up this tapestry towards the sun, the smiling sun that is weeping blood at the top of it. And as you finish the last word of the prayer, the fires race up to the top, and you can't be certain. You think that the sun, in that last moment when you look back up at it, doesn't have two eyes, but one singular eye, still smiling as it burned away. You just hear the words of kings echoing in your head, that same prayer you just recited.
Strahd.
I've had enough of these games. I've had enough of people talking in my head.
No.
And I look around. Are there more of that, like that Emberlance armor and everything? Like,
there are relics all over the place. You could easily find a suit of armor.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna have a mini panic attack and whip out Sunik, my greatsword, and just begin destroying everything.
Are you sure you don't want to jump off a balcony?
Yeah, it's therapeutic. Actually, you should give it. No, he's already done it. Technically, with the bridge. You know?
Yeah,
just breaking and destroying everything until finally I just let out like the biggest scream. Fire comes out of my mouth as I stab the sword into the ground, and I use my immolating sphere ability in the hallway.
You bring your sword up and smash it into the ground with a strength you have never felt before. And you actually drive the blade all the way down to the hilt into the stone. And as you roar out in rage, agony, suffering the loss of everything that you've gone through, the stone around the length of the blade liquefies to molten lava, and you rip the sword back up out of it and just send fire in all directions arcing around you. And if any of you have been standing in the hallway looking at Sir Firestorm as he does this, it almost looks like the way that the lava and the fire kind of falls off of him, it's like the radiant beams of a sun kind of rising up behind him as he roars.
I would like to check on Sir Firestorm.
I was like, do we hear this?
Yeah, like if I was
it's a big castle. You might hear some muffled echoes, but it's a magical dark castle that can muffle any sounds I don't want you all to hear. So.
Castle's huge, big castle.
Damn it!
No,
Cursed narrative storytelling.
Yeah, right.
As we go to break, the camera pans out of a window of Castle Ravenloft, puts it in frame, and all you hear roars of Sir Firestorm. That's what we'll take.
Where's Rachel?
Raven.
Yole.
So now we have a long rested, correct?
Yes, you have done a long rest.
Did we rest? But it was long.
I was like, not that I really needed it, but
I don't sleep. I just live in bed all day. Just
spells.
Yeah, spell.
oh yeah, you got all fancy new spells because you're a Sorky boy.
I only really ever needed my action surge. And my wounds. That's all I wanted.
I got 40 points of lay on hands.
Hey.
BBs.
Yeah, I think I got 25 now.
Yeah, I've got 30. Remember, always leave at least one or two left so you can bring somebody up.
Nope.
I also took the spell protection from poison.
I got a D8 of healing. That's about it. That's all you get from me. Is a D8 or a D4?
We're not fighting Strahd with Cloud Kill this time.
Yeah. Would you all mind on your character pawns? Will you update whatever your max HP is at?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be relevant soon.
Just slightly.
Just a little bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right. while y'all are doing that, let's jump into things. Morning comes. A limp, dying sun rises over the Blackfeather Peaks, sending gray beams of sunlight into your rooms where you've spent the night in Castle Ravenloft. There's a kind of a dull knock at your door for each of you, but if you poke your head out and look, there's nobody there. But you've been summoned for breakfast. You join Strahd in his dining hall, where a spread has been laid out before you. Strahd has nothing before him except an empty plate and a goblet that he sips from. He says, "Good morning. This is a day of what I expect to be another rousing victory for the great Strahd Ravenloft." And he looks at Nyx, kind of hold your gaze as you all enter. We'll be attacking the Unblinking One at his home. I believe we have the element of surprise.
Of course.
We should discuss our strategy here.
I'm going to speak. I was going to say, may I speak, but I don't do that. So, he may already know that we're coming.
I mean,
Why
he
is
did
that?
send 3 mages to us, so I would assume.
How would he know?
Well, you know, I was confidently praying.
Oh, did it get hot in here? Ugh.
Yeah. Goodness. Fire resistant. My
Goodness me. What's up?
He came to me and, you know, he showed me a vision of your old friend King's. I may have gotten a little hot-headed.
Understand.
I know, out of character. But I may have accidentally overspoken words to him. Okay, I straight up told him we're coming tomorrow.
As in, tomorrow or
Today.
Today?
Today. Yeah. He is aware that we're coming, but no matter, for we will win the light back.
I think there was our element of potential surprise, I guess.
I feel like he already knew we were coming, right? Come on.
Yeah, but now he's got time to bolster even more.
Yeah, all night. Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we move sooner than expected.
How long is it travel from here to there, Strahd?
Instant, we're taking the tower.
Oh.
With your tower, we'll be there in no time. Which reminds me, and he claps his hands, and Morn and Abdract step in through the back doors, wearing very humiliating, like waiters type uniforms.
Welcome, boys. Welcome.
Morn just daggers in his eyes, just like, I'm going to fucking kill all of you. Abdract just kind of has this like dumb slack-jawed look on his face, except he's missing his lower jaw. He comes around. Abdract has a pitcher with like what smells like freshly squeezed orange juice, and he just comes to each of you and like clumsily fills up your cups. Morn says, "Abdract, you're making a damn fool. Would you get out of the way? Let's get this over with." And Morn lifts up the silver cap on his tray. And who would like to roll a d10 for me?
I feel like Mia did it the last time, and wait. Oh,
Yeah, I think
maybe
Mia
it's...
and Good Deal did last time, right?
We want to see if that.
Yeah, because we helped
holds
with
true.
the idea. Yeah.
Do it. You do it. You do it.
Me do
Who's
it?
doing it?
Or I don't want to choose for somebody.
All right, I'll make it random.
I've got my hand. No, I've got my hand on it. I've got my hand
Oh,
right
all right.
here on it.
All right.
Do it.
7.
Big money, no whammies.
That's
You, as they lift the cover, there are 7 vials. And he says, "This is
Hey.
Oh,
that's all we were able to get.
Hey.
There weren't
This is a 10?
there weren't a lot left. Kind of had to go pretty deep into that mine just to find enough to get this. So this might be the last of it."
Isn't that a good little servant boy?
Yep, that's me.
How many we had before? How many did we have before?
I
We
think
had
session
5.
35, we had 3 remaining.
Okay, so now we have 10.
Yeah. That's at least what I have written down in my notes.
That's better
Yeah.
than 9.
No, I hadn't
Yeah.
updated it.
Who's taking them? Who's more giving them over to?
One,
Mia,
Edric, thank you. I'll take that.
Of course. Mia, will you just give me a perception check real quick?
Perception.
DC 15.
I would wish to perceive so hard.
Got it.
Not today.
There are passes.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Already.
I feel like
7.
That's drastic.
There it is.
22. I feel like this
As
is really
you're-
important.
As you're collecting up the vials and kind of putting them away, they're all like in like just pretty plain bottles. One of them, the coloring is just a little off. Like as you're like putting them, the basilisks have this kind of like purplish blood. One of them is a little more maroon. It's just a little more on the red side. As you kind of put them all away, you can say something about it now if you wish, or what would you like to do?
One, Abstract, question. And she holds this up. Why is this different?
Why is what different? And Morn like has this like really like dumb look on his face, like what?
Oh,
and
here.
when he like squints, his eyes do this like creepy like little. You know how insects have the like lens-like eyes? You can almost see like underneath his own eyes, they kind of shimmer as he looks.
Here, see, I'll show you. And she holds it, not bothered at all. And she holds up a normal one, like, the color's different.
Oh! Abdrak. You dropped this, bud.
And Evdrak was like pouring a pitcher of orange juice for Sir Firestorm. He goes, no, I didn't do that. He's, no, you definitely dropped this. And he goes to take it from you. Thank you. Do you just want to hand it over to him?
No.
Don't. Is this some form of
Inside
falsehood?
check?
Yeah, I'm not even. Listen, I have a passive insight of 17. I'm not fucking giving it back. And I hand it immediately over to Sir Firestorm. You're the safest one here. Take it.
I wouldn't drink that.
Why not? What is it?
It's a good time.
It's
Look, I'll cut your jaw off too.
Oh shit.
Strahd kind of puts his hands up. Please. There is no sense fighting now. There are bigger battles ahead.
I
Whatever
agree.
that is, it can be dealt with later. Now, what is the plan? We're leaving now?
Go kick his fucking doors in.
Let's kick this
There-
pig.
Well, he said,
There's a call I have to make before we go anywhere. So, you guys can plan. Excuse me
What is
for
a
one
call?
moment.
What?
It's the thing I did to you. You know, to summon you places.
Oh.
Message.
That.
Oh.
Summon new places.
We don't get good reception in the tower.
Well, I feel like since you're the ruler of Barrowvale, you can afford a better phone plan. I have no
These
sympathy
big
for you.
stone walls. What do you want from me?
Get
Wi-Fi.
over it.
Early Horizon. AT&T is better.
We have the eye sending stones. They're not that great.
Okay.
You only get one
Strahd-
call a day.
Strahd stands and says, I am going to gather armaments. Do you have any final wishes or words to express to one another? Now would be the time. I will see you at your tower when you are ready. And he exits the chamber. We'll start with Mia, because you said you had something you wanted to do, and then everybody, if you have anything you want to do before, now is your opportunity. Otherwise, we could just
Speak
toss
now,
everything.
forever hold your peace. Yeah.
Mia, what do you want to do?
So, Mia's gonna take out her new friendship bracelet. She's like, I'm going to talk with Thurdu to try and cash in that favor for this fight, guys. So, I have some ideas. If there's anything that you specifically want me to ask for if my ideas don't work, let me know.
Well, what are your ideas? Let me.
Well, he has already made it clear that he may not be friendly with his contacts, but he has contacts all the same. Imps do work for plenty of devils from my studies. I'm sure he knows devils that work with Zariel, the Archdemon of Avernus, rulers of war and combat, give us extra forces. I'm sure they wouldn't take too kindly of a self-proclaimed demon god trying to say that they rule more than them. that doesn't work, maybe some boons for our fight.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yes,
That's all I really have.
couldn't hurt. I don't think it could not hurt.
Sir Firestorm, you've fought these people before. I look to your judgment on this as well.
Well, I can already go ahead and tell you I don't like any dealings with devils or demons.
I understand.
But any way to aid us from whatever that noxious gas that came out of Casimir's mouth?
And
I think I have a new spell for that, actually.
Oh,
And make sure I grab
shit.
those plugs.
will it help all of us or just one of us?
No, it will.
Fuck. I forgot about that.
It'll help us all, but it does have a range. And I know some of us are ranged fighters, but stay within 30 feet of me, and we'll get it figured out.
What the fuck do you have?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, what the fuck do you have?
yeah.
Out-
What is
out of
this
game.
nonsense?
Out of game, it's the spell Aura of Purity. It gives resistance to poison damage.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. And as well as advantage from being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned,
Jesus.
and stunned.
Oh my god.
All kinds of perks.
Holy
Yeah. So
Yeah, sure.
the
Good
downside is
mess
you guys
up.
have to stay all grouped up in one area, but if we're already being buffed, the damage we would be taking is kind of.
We do have the overall.
It's kind
There's a
of.
thing called Fireball, though, and I'd rather not.
Yeah, we have this thing called Walking Counterspell that's coming with us, so maybe, we want to worry about
Is
it.
Landon gonna
Maybe,
counterspell
I don't-
himself though?
He's gonna. No,
I'm counterspelling myself. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Counterspell.
Counterspell!
gonna go
Counterspell!
Well, why counterspell my own counterspell?
Yeah. Have a making one counterspell, Strahd's counterspell.
I love Magic the Gathering.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking Dovin's veto at the very top, like,
Oh
no,
my
the
God.
stack is over. But yeah, those are that for explanation purposes for the players and the DM. It's not some crazy out of pocket deal that I'm gonna make. It's an actual D&D 5e spell.
Understood.
Okay.
Other than that, any amass to take down whatever pawns he's going to be bringing out, I have nothing. I just wish to swing my blade.
And I'll make sure you have plenty of targets to swing at, Sir Firestorm. I learned fighting from Casimir, but I think I have a lot to learn from you too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
Sounds good.
Bye. And she goes and she walks out and she finds a little private area and she kind of like pricks her thumb with the tip of the scorpion tail. There, Duke. Are you there?
Where else would I be?
Well,
And he's
I
just
don't
like
know.
sitting with his like legs kind of dangling on a ledge right behind you.
Like, well, I don't know. You maybe have a life outside of following me around, I should think.
Nope. You're kind of, and he holds his wrist up and has his own little matching bracelet. You're kind of all I have. It's just you and me, Nia.
Well, then you probably heard what I was wanting to discuss with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Calling it your favorite.
yeah.
So, I know a lot of devils.
Hmm.
I can't. Well, it's not that I can't. This
Mm-hmm.
place doesn't really allow. I can't get them through without. I can't get them through. It's a lot easier to bring their magics through than to bring the actual creature itself here in this. Well, I was gonna say hell, but I literally have been there. So yeah, I can do a lot, but I can't bring her here.
Well, I don't want you to bring her here. I was hoping that maybe you could bring, some of her forces, a battalion,
Well, that's our motto.
Yeah, into the battleship.
Just bring a small adult dragon.
Yeah.
I can try. And here's what I'll say. I
Yeah.
think this is interesting. If you want to risk it, and you're like, I want to try, then it'll basically come down to not a 50-50 yes/no dice, but some sort of check to see like, is it successful? And if it doesn't, like, then that's it. Like, you attempted and it failed. Or you can ask for something smaller and have almost like a, depending on what it is, a guaranteed chance of success.
Yeah. So
you can either risk it to get some like helpful minions or nothing, or just get something for sure. It's up to you.
Can I offer bardic inspiration to assist in the
No, this is gonna be. It's.
Keep in mind, you've already used your.
If you want to use one of them now, if you want to use your bardic inspiration now, then you could potentially help with this. But again, it depends on what Mia wants to do.
So, I would love having a big old Baba Booey moment. Just fucking kumbaya with the forces.
Portaling through, like in game.
Yeah. But the risk. This is a really important battle. I don't know.
And also, just I mean, you can call this in whenever. You don't have to do it now. Excuse me.
Yeah, allergic.
Oh my god.
To this place too.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep, big sneeze.
So yeah, like you can like on your turn in a combat, if you're like, oh fuck, like you could call that favorite. I'll even say, just so it's clear, because you guys are going into a pretty big fight. Like this favor doesn't even have to necessarily be on your turn. If for some reason, like someone was about to get hit with a, fireball and it was going to kill them, and you're not, you're like, I want to counterspell that, but I don't have counterspell or whatever. You could be like, can I use my favor to cancel that out? It can be very, very flexible.
Okay.
Just so you know, it doesn't have to be now if you don't want it to.
As
But it can be.
As flexible as we are when we ask for favors in exchange for like our stuff.
Exactly.
And then in that case, Mia would kind of like chew on that for a second, and then she'd ask like, "So you say it's easier to bring the magic in? What does that necessarily mean?"
It means, I guess, how would I describe it? If if magic's a puppet, then they're able to control the strings, but the person controlling the puppet isn't there. Does that make sense? It's magic's a weird thing,
It is. Yeah. No, it is very weird. Is it possible? This is going to be a weird question.
Hey,
how?
Mia, we're best friends. You can ask me anything.
How hot is hell?
Oh, jeez. You know that saying, wow, it's hot as hell around here.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason for that. It's beyond mortal comprehension. You have to be there to really feel it. Why?
I was wondering if that sort of heat were to appear out of nowhere, would it cause, I don't know,
one hell of a sunburn,
an explosion of sorts?
Like some sort of hellish fireball?
Yeah.
Yeah. It can do that.
It can do that? Okay. Another question. I'm just brainstorming here. Can your magic be used to disrupt the earth? Enough to perhaps say, I don't know, topple down a temple?
Oh, geez. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of, I think, if I can be honest with you, Mia, because you're kind of, don't take this the wrong way. It's coming from a friend. you're
Yeah.
kind of quick to like throw yourself over balconies. It's for like a weird figure of speech, you know.
Oh no, I've done
Kinda.
it before.
You're a little like impulsive.
Yeah.
I think when the time comes, you'll know.
I think I want to topple the temple off a mountain.
Wow. You try and give your friends advice.
No, I'm trying to make you laugh. Didn't land. I get you.
Oh, you're joking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Phew, because you had me worried there.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely joking.
I can't even tell if you are at this point.
That's the
But-
whole point. I will discuss, and I'll let you know, friend.
Oh, all right. And he's kind of like hovers around a balcony, just like, is she about to jump? What the fuck is she doing? What's going on?
This is jump over friendly. When we get this taken care of, I have just the thing to get you back home.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's very simple, but with the magic here, I can't use it right now. So, get rid of him. I can send you right back.
Let's get it. Let's get it done.
All
Let's kill
right,
the devil.
you got
But he
it,
does like big air quotes. Devil.
devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd
Yeah.
love that alliteration. Okay, I'll get back
Anybody
to
else
you.
have anything they wanna do?
Can Ludovic try to find some fucking breastplate armor?
Mhm.
You want to find a breastplate?
Yeah, I would
Oh,
love
Strahd
some
Strahd will just give you one. Strahd will give
Oh,
you.
sweet. Okay, good.
I would
that's
find
my
scale
fucking armor
mail.
class thing.
I want to find scale mail too, but that was like the main story thing I wanted to do. So
Will you
like,
be able to cast when you're wearing scale mail? Isn't
Yes.
that heavy?
I mean, it's armor.
Yeah,
that
scale mail is medium.
Medium.
Yeah, scale mail is medium.
Scales medium.
Oh. Oh, okay. That was heavy. Okay, cool.
Your thing is plate mail.
Yep. Strahd gets you. You put in a request, and he brings you a breastplate of his own army, like the vampiric crimson red breastplate that kind of has like a neck guard that looks like two bat wings kind of coming up over it. And
Boy.
he smiles, says, "It was the only thing that would fit you, I'm afraid. Such a small frame."
Oh, I'll show you small. And she takes it and walks out.
Strahd is looking at Ludovic. That was for you.
That was
What? That's a shit.
I'm joking. That was a joke. That was a joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll show you small. I'm gonna make it big for you, Ludovic. No, sorry. Continue. I didn't mean to do that.
Starduke's like, her jokes are not landing today.
They're not. She has a bit of autism. It's fine.
Hey,
All right.
gosh.
Anything else?
I'll just go around everybody. Like, I'll go to Hooper and just sort of like adjust his straps and just give him a pat. Oh, it's a good boy. And I'll go to Ludovic and just put a hand on his shoulder.
Like modifying, like the neck brace is like, sorry, just like, no, gotta make these fucking
The shield, the gun, it's good, ready to go.
It's what, like, you want a song?
No,
Or, like,
I'm just
parody?
making small talk before the battle, just easing tension and.
Hey man, it's like it's your first time in a battle. You seem a little nervous. Are we about to pop your cherry? Nah. No, we fought quite a bit.
Nervous. Yes, a little bit.
Well,
But we'll be fine. It's
it
okay.
better be.
Definitely no
So Firestorm, I think you're muted, by the way.
double crossings.
Oopsies.
Huzzah.
Like a old ass woman in stone that I need to get back to. Better go fucking good.
Yes. Then I'll go to Gadil. Gadil, you remember you have that griffin if you need it, huh? You fly around, rain down some arrows, stay safe. Yeah?
Yeah, that depends if we fight outside or inside, but yeah.
Probably both. My best guess. They got to get in somehow.
Take it where you need
Yeah.
it. Just know that you have it.
Okay.
And I'll go to Mia. You ready?
hello? There we go. She's finishing putting on her new armor. She has a shield and King's mace gripped in her hand, and she just sort of smiles awkwardly. Ready as I can be
Just
to
the
fight a
breastplate.
would-be. Oh, thank you.
Tighten it, like not trying to be gentle, and she's just kind of like
Yeah, I'm just like, oh,
slap
thank you.
it. There you go.
Thanks. I've never really worn armor like this before. Clearly.
It'll protect you.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'll turn to walk to Sir Firestorm, and I'll turn back and I'll just give me a hug. And I'll go to Sir
I'll hug him
Firestorm.
back, before he leaves. Like, thank you.
Sharpening my blade.
Sir Firestorm.
Hmm.
I don't even need to ask you, huh? You know you're ready.
Ask me what? I was going to ask you a question though. If there's anything that any of you would wish to have here right now, what would it be? The last thing.
I could use some more wine.
My wife.
Yeah, mine as well.
So you're married?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a while ago, but thank you.
It's new. It's new to me.
New to you. Yeah.
Well, I can't bring anything to you. It was merely a question.
Yeah, I was like watching him.
I was expecting wine.
Oh no! Well, thinking of the heated battle, we have to remember that we're people, as well.
I want everybody
Remember-
to get the ones that they love back. Kazan's family, King's, Kari, Luna. I want them all to be safe.
What would you want?
And you
Sir
too.
Firestorm?
I want what you want.
No. What do you want?
Don't deflect.
It's not a deflection. I promise you. I'm living on borrowed time at this point. I should be stone, or I should be rubble.
I should
merely
be
like-
dead.
So should I.
Look, I'm 633 years old.
And I was a gift from a god.
600.
You look great for 633.
I mean, you don't look like a day over 500.
Also, dude,
And I was a
Nick's
gift
like at a
from
game.
you.
We haven't really told anybody else that, have we?
Nope.
Told anybody else?
So
that?
yeah,
I haven't told anybody. It was,
that I'm was made by the Raven Queen.
Oh yeah, I just
So
yeah.
so I just kind of like say like, and I'm a gift from a god.
And I'm just
that
like,
just went over my head, and I was like, wait, what?
Aren't we all?
I just kind of I file that as something that Mia would say.
No, I mean the Raven Queen created me.
Huh?
Yeah. I'll open Melissa's journal, and then I'll just kind of like show everybody her notes about it.
My dad's alive, by the way, Nix.
Oh.
Strahd
Amazing.
told me.
That's great.
Yeah.
Excellent news.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Maybe he can help us build that home, right, Firestorm?
Yeah. I'll be there for you.
You better be, or I will resurrect you, and then I will kill you again.
Hmm.
With love.
You know, this devil really likes to take his time.
Well, he said he'd meet us at the tower, so we're
You
kind of
see,
keeping
he
him
comes.
waiting.
You like look at the end of the bridge, and you see Strahd walking towards you, and Morn and Ebjack are on either side of him, holding umbrellas for him, like to keep the sun off of him, just walking beside him. No, Strahd is. You see, you kind of like, where is he? Where is it? And then you look up at the top of the tower, and you see him just floating
down.
towards you, just perfectly still. And his boots touch down.
Superman entrance.
Shall we? You see, he's not wearing any sort of cloak. He's not like none of his like noble garb is being worn. It is a crimson blood red breastplate. He has this long rapier at his side, some like just like a loose white tunic and like blood red pants. He's incredibly plain clothing. You're going to invite me in, and he looks at your tower.
Oh yeah. Oh
I mean,
no.
How about I believe that you could maybe stand on top of the tower. That would probably work, right?
I don't think that would work with the whole movement. Just don't kill us. Come on in.
Come on in.
Yes.
You are not permitted to touch anything.
It's all
not
stolen
work,
anyways.
And he
I was gonna say it doesn't work
steps
that
in
way.
through the door. As he enters the room, and you guys all make your way up towards the top, his eyes just kind of scan the walls. And as you get to the top and you're pouring the blood onto the... I'm assuming you guys are just going to go right up to the temple, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Say hi to Cricket
Yeah.
Drake and be
As you're
like,
pouring the blood,
be chill.
Strahd kind of smells the air as if he smelled familiar blood somewhere, and then the tower melts down to the ground and is back up
Yeah, that's why I said no.
at the...
But she's a statue, so she wouldn't be able to smell.
She's underground.
Look, he's the BB.
I don't
He
know
can do
if
what
he
he wants.
smells that blood or not. Or if it's other blood.
smells something, and then it all, everything goes dark for a second, and then you're back at the, where the light pours in as you rise up outside the Crimson Temple. You all step outside and see before you this massive, leering temple that at one time must have been beautiful. The columns that line it and kind of hold it aloft look like they used to be like ravens' feathers or like big wings, but they've been twisted and corrupted, and they're kind of like turn in unusual mutated forms. So they almost more resemble like bone columns now. The front doorways that at one time would have been like two big, like two ravens kind of standing together that would have opened, just kind of like rusted or fallen off their hinges. And the door into this temple now looks like just a big empty eye socket. And out of every open crack, window, doorway, blood trickles out and forms these like streams and waterfalls that fall over the side of this mountain. Strahd just stares at it, stern look on his face, draws his rapier, and begins to walk forward towards the keep.
I'll flank behind him.
I'll hop on Hooper and
I want to prepare
be
Hunter Mark.
next to him.
Okay.
Actually, and then, before we get out, I want to go up to Sir Firestorm and just like do a predator handshake and be like, "Let's go avenge our fallen peoples, yeah?"
Yes.
And then as
Let's
I
bring
do
back-
that, oh, go ahead.
Let's bring back those who deserve life.
Indeed. And as I do that, I'm gonna cast Warding Bond on him.
Aww.
So he's resistant to basically everything. You have a +1 to AC and saving throws, and you have
Oh, I know it.
resistance to all damage.
But any damage I take, you also take.
So just be safe.
Yep, I was gonna do the same thing. I was gonna go up to Mia and just give her a hug and be like, "I promised your mother I'd bring you home," and then I am also gonna cast Warding Bond on Mia.
My feelings! You know what? Two can play that game, motherfucker. You know what?
What if you link Warding Bonds? Like, how does that work?
I got to a really big weird handshake, and I don't know.
Dude, I think we're fucked.
We all die at once because one person takes damage.
Yeah, right. All right, that's 1 second level down.
Yep. Same.
They're walking in the background and like, I'm not playing like a song. We're going on the trip to fuck up my favorite bitch.
As you step up the stairs leading in his temple. Oh, Badil, go ahead. What's up?
Okay. I'm going to prepare Hunter Mark when I see that.
Okay.
I mean,
To climb the stairs up into this temple, your boots splash in puddles of stale blood. You feel like you're being watched. You step into the temple itself. Most of the roof has long since collapsed and lets what little bit of pale sunlight can make its way down into this desecrated place. The air is thick with the rancid stench of stale, rotting blood. You can see in the center of the main chambers of this temple, there's a basin of sorts filled to the brim with rippling black blood. Everything else has been red. This is just, it looks red on here, but it is pitch black. Almost like ink. Like you can't see through it at all. It's just, it almost looks like a big eye socket. in
I
the
was
middle
sacrificed here, guys.
of
Fun
the room.
fact.
Yes, that's
and
right.
standing around the perimeter are 4 unblinking mages
Oh,
who in unison say as you enter, "We've been expecting you. Come to die at the hands of the unblinking one, have you? And you brought company. How splendid." And all of their eyes just turn towards Strahd, who doesn't give them any sort of response. Is there anything anybody would like to say before initiative is rolled?
Flee.
This is your list.
Fools! This is where your story ends. And
Eldritch
they
Blast, the
begin
one on the
to
right.
Rise in unison, and everybody can roll initiative for me, please.
I'd like to cast Power Word Kill.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'll use
nice,
I use my
nice.
favor to cast Power Word Kill on the unlucky one.
Anybody else get real sweaty?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got clammy.
I'm a little nervous for y'all, I'm not gonna lie.
Man, my
Oh.
initiative is so great, guys. It's
All right.
so
I'm
good.
just glad that you were able to
You're
give
the
me
healer,
plate
though.
armor.
That's fine.
Healer
Because I
should
just
be at
went
the
from-
bottom.
I went from
Shit.
13 each armor class to an 18, so I'm not as spongy anymore.
Yeah, my AC with my shield on now is 19, so
I got
Sorry, I've got
20 AC now with
I've
the
got
shield.
4 mages to roll initiative for here. They've rolled really bad so far. A 4 and an 11. Another a 4 and a 6. Are you kidding me?
let's
Yes, what are
go.
you doing? You don't have
Jack.
a 6, you have a 23.
That's not good.
They want to be killed.
Fuck, man. They're literally all at the bottom. Oh, God. Oh, and I got a roll Strahd. Of course, he rolls amazing.
Yes,
Gosh, yes.
Daddy Strahd. Yes, please.
Oh, is Strahd already on here? Oh, yes, he is. He's in the... Oh, my God.
Casimir, didn't you get a
23.
23?
I
There.
did.
So we'll go...
Nope. So, well, you just put Firestorm at 23.
Oh, my bad.
Casimir's set
What
at
the hell is
6. I'm putting him
oh.
at 23.
Oh, Strahd was already at 23. There we go. I'll put him at the... Let's put Strahd at 21. Okay.
Could
Aaron, you're on music, right, Aaron?
I can. Oh, I got you, big dog.
Might
I
get
got you,
some
big dog. You want some good
Battle
shit?
music.
You want some of that good shit?
Man.
Yeah,
I want
that's
some
Or
good
some
shit.
Ingrid Elliott.
could you put
that
a?
fucking hype?
I can't seem to put Hooper in there. I don't know if. Oh, there you go.
Do you want?
Oh, he's right
do you
there.
want? Do you want horrifying
Let me
or
reload.
do you want badass?
I want whatever you would put on for this fight.
I want some like burn the map.
Not happening.
Yes, burn the map.
Like,
You know,
Ingrid
put on
Elliott.
obituary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jane Austen said, "Die in a fire." Firebomb.
Singing on the window up to the doors, obituary.
Instead, gang, I have.
Don't play
All
polka.
ringlets.
Don't do
Excuse me.
polka. There you go.
Yes! Yes!
No.
The landed special.
The instant trauma flashback.
I keep this one
Holy
in my pocket.
shit, that's landed music.
In my pocket. No, that's Andrew M.W. something.
I know.
His playlist.
Yep. I know exactly who.
I've been using it. I've been using it ever since you showed
It's
it to me.
it's the best one out there. It's just everything else is
Listen, the
unreliable.
Taurus demon fight is just iconic. So
Mhm. All right, at the very top of initiative, I'm gonna have Sir Firestorm just for the hell of it.
1 second. Let's go.
there we go.
Will you please roll me a timer?
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
2d4.
1d4.
I think like 9 d4.
64.
That's a 4, big dog.
That's a 4. Let's
That's our
go.
sunglasses are 4.
Okay. I will put our timer 4 out of 4, and that'll tick down at the end of every round. Okay, Casimir, you're starting us off. What you doing?
Thank you for asking. How far is this guy? Is he floating? Is he in the air?
He was like just starting to float, so you could still get him in melee range.
Okay. I am going to on Hooper. I'm just riding on his back.
Oh, hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna point my spear at him and I'm going to do my Vow of Enmity, the one that gives me advantage on attacks. And as I do that, I kind of do that thing where instead of turning into that unblinking face and having that like dark tone, I do that more regal kind of like Galadriel. Imagine yourself as the wielder of the ring. So like my face is kind of the same, but it takes like those like ring wraiths and the nether realm features, like more exaggerated. Totally. And there's like almost like a halo, but it's a crescent moon over my head, and I point my spear, and I have like there's like incorporeal like flowing robes over me, and I point at that one unblinking mage right here, and I'll say, and my voice kind of echoes, "Your time is short." And I will Vow of Enmity him, and I will ride over on Hooper, and I will take 2 attacks.
Nice.
Advantage.
Go for it.
First attack. That's a nat 20.
Yes! Yes!
20.
The gods are smiling upon us today, friends. Huzzah!
That'll do it.
I'm gonna second level smite on that one. And the second attack is 19.
Those will both hit.
Okay,
Believe it or not.
Okay.
Just barely hits. Barely.
Okay. Just barely.
Don't you crit on 19s?
No, only if he's hexed. I didn't hex him yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here's the weapon attack.
Real quick.
12 damage. It rolled 2, but the one hand roll is 12.
Okay.
And the smite is 3d8. I don't know what does nat 20 do to all this?
It just whatever the normal amount, like we just you roll it all up.
Yeah, and double it. Okay.
Double it, give it to the next one.
And are they?
Yes, we're at what?
They're undead, right?
We're at 12 right now.
3d8 of radiant damage.
They're undead though, right?
I don't know. 13. So plus 13 is 25.
25 doubled to 50.
Well, if they're undead, you add an extra d8.
Do I?
Yeah, I think it says so on Smite.
Divine
Yeah,
Smite,
it says so,
against undead or fiends. Plus,
You get an extra d8.
Okay. Undead. I did not know that.
Roll another d8.
6.
So 31 doubled.
It was 25 plus the 6.
Plus
So 31.
Doubled to 62.
If it's doubled, it's 62. Yes. That was the first attack.
Okay, what was the total? Sorry.
62.
The crit attack was 61.
62.
God.
For the first attack.
Yep.
Okay.
Down to 38 hit points.
And
Jesus
then you're 19?
Christ.
We ain't here to fuck around,
I think
dude.
I'll smite on the second one.
Yes.
But that's gonna be first level smite, so that'll be 3d8. Okay, so the second attack, here's just the weapon damage.
It'll be 4d8.
No,
Oh, no.
it's 3d8 because the 2d8 for the level 1 plus the d8 for the undead or whatever. So 13 damage one-handed.
So
Jesus.
13.
And then the 3d8.
Remember, it's radiant as well.
It's 15.
So you just did another 28 points of damage.
So, Landon, if the regular weapon attacks aren't, well, they are doubled if it's crit. So, but if the radiant damage is doubled, does that mean it's doubled again?
No.
Okay. All right.
Can I do something? But I don't know if I can do it right now. How far is he from Amaru?
Oh, he's more than 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that would. Did you catch that, Lane?
Yep, you did an additional 28 damage.
Okay, so 61 plus 28.
8.
That unblinking mage is down to 10 hit points.
That's my bonus action.
In that very first round, that was insane.
Daddy Mirror. Am I right, fellas?
I don't know. Okay, that'll be my turn, and and
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
know.
like, also like that with the crit hit, I'll just fucking stab it straight into his chest, and then, like it'll emanate just from him, and just be like the foundations of this pillar will just kind of like shake, and like some stuff will fall down, and then I'll pull it out, and the next one's not a stab, it's more of like a fucking slice, and I'll do that damage, and then I'll just sit back with my shield up on Hooper, like.
Can you make Hooper bite? Or do you
That's a bonus action. I already used that to Vow of Enmity him.
Wow. Okay. That was insane. He's gonna use his monster action.
Oh boy.
And as you stab into him, and he just that howling, shrieking noise, like when the monster is getting killed, just all the negative life being sucked and released out of him. His skull snaps up at you, and his one central eye socket just gazes into your soul, and you are in the lair of the unblinking one. Things are a little powerful here.
Not the
And
lair actions.
You hear the unblinking mage say, "You should never have come here." And I need you to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. All right. Do I have to say I use inspiration before or after the roll, or?
Nope, you can do it after.
Okay. 23.
Let's go.
You will take half damage.
Okay.
They didn't sound like a lot of dice. We're good.
Sounds like 2.
Oh, he keeps rolling it. Stop.
18 is half of 36. Yeah, you take 18 points of psychic damage for you as he just looks into your mind and starts to just crush and turn everything just to blackness around you. But you avoided the other effects of it.
Okay.
So I need to mark he used his reaction. X, and that'll be it for that, and we'll move on to Ludovic. You're up.
Actually, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I don't want to try.
Okay, Ludovic, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna look at Casimir, just fuck this mage up. I'm gonna point my crossbow at him. 23.
That'll hit even with cover.
Okay.
Let's go.
So for the first D6 plus 2, that's what the fuck? So on my screen it has a 6 on the dice, but okay, so 4, I guess.
6 plus 2.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, so I rolled it twice. Can I take the second one? I want to take that 8.
You'll take the first one.
The 4. Okay, so and then of course psychic blades. Two.
Come on, roll so high.
Just do like at least 6. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
10 damage exactly.
It pierces him with these arrows that then boom, explode with the sound of a gong resonating, and he shrieks in the air, and then being here in the lair, his whole body sucks into its own eye socket, inverts, and all of the air gets sucked in around it. And I need just Casimir to make a
Bro.
They have a death throw.
Nope.
Gotta kill him at range. Okay.
Sorry, one sec.
I'm sorry, Casimir.
Oh, we're learning.
I need you to make a DC 15 charisma saving throw.
Ooh,
Oh.
charisma.
No, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
My charisma is only plus 13 though. It's 28.
Plus 13? How do you have plus 13?
The save is plus 13.
The save is
plus 13.
Charisma.
How is
save.
your save plus 13?
Because
Aura,
we're paladins, dog.
I think. I'm proficient in that save, and I have my aura, which is like a plus 5 to my proficiency.
Yeah.
Casimir, you feel
Busted.
your soul being sucked towards this thing as it snaps out of existence, and you manage to hold firm, and you avoid whatever effect that was.
Nice. Keep it a secret.
Okay.
Can I just yell? Do not be next to them when they die. It does not feel good.
Okay, so now question is, where's my shatter? Where's my shatter? Are any of these guys within 60 feet of me?
Ranges I don't worry about too much.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take a step forward again. Like put down my crossbow, but kind of like as I put it back into it's like a little holster that I have, and like pre-cocks it. So I'm like, put it there, whip out the shield. I'm going to action surge, so that way I can use my second action, and I'm going to cast Shatter on this one.
Okay.
I need him to make a Constitution 14.
He.
Based on his con.
I think he's going to. What did you say? He got a 16. What did you need?
Oh, I can need a 14.
Yeah, he has a. They have a really good con modifier.
Okay, so they'll take half damage. Plus okay, and then so that is 3d8.
3d8.
Yeah. So 13 divided by. Why are you rolling
6
twice for me? So weird. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 6 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
Dealt to him, and that is everything Lord Ludovic can do.
All right. At the end of your turn, oh my God, sorry, Owlbear Rodeo is being so laggy for me right now. Is it being that way for anybody else?
Nope.
Zooming in a little bit is kind of glitchy, but
Yeah,
anything else is fine.
that's what I was having
really
issues with too with the zoom.
It's okay for me right now.
Like, anytime I click upon, it takes like several seconds for it to realize that's the one I wanted to click. End of Ludovic. Everything's going to hold on to their reactions for now. So we'll go to Strahd. He takes a few steps forward, and then just like out of Castlevania, he like goes super speed, just flies through the air with his rapier, and is going to try and plunge it through the eye socket of this unblinking mage. I rolled a nat 1 for Strahd.
Guy. If these guys kill Strahd for us, I'm gonna be so pissed.
This mage,
We'll just dip back to the castle and kill him.
yeah, run back. Shit. Yeah, Strahd just like his rapier just obliterates a section of stone, and a column like collapses in front of him as it just sends dust in all directions. But he totally whiffed on that first attack. He'll turn and just take a furious swipe at it again. That'll hit, not a crit, but it'll hit. Oh fuck! Okay, that was terrible. Better. Okay, he'll do a nice little 13 points of damage.
Nice, more than 12.
More than 12. More than 12.
Yeah.
Or no, 87. Okay, and that'll be it for Strahd. Sir Firestorm.
Oh, hello.
Yes,
hello.
the myth, the dragon, the legend.
Tell me, how close am I to this little fucker here?
Probably 2 moves.
Damn.
On foot. Kaz at least had like his mount.
Yep.
And Strahd is.
Well,
is
I would like to use my full movement to get about halfway there. And I would, bonus action, like to cast Compel Duel onto this little bastard here. I need a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
I failed. I rolled 6.
Good. He has disadvantage on attacks on anyone except for me.
Okay. Good to
And if he tries to move if he tries to move outside of 30 feet away from me, he must make a new wisdom saving throw.
Understood.
And as an action, goodness me. Poop pants. I was hoping I could make it. As an action, I will hold my turn. I'm going to hold my attacks.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Sir Firestorm, this unblinking mage will use its monster action. Put that little X there. And its gaze turns to you. and does the exact same thing that the other one tried to do to Kaz. I need you to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, big brony man, eh?
Aren't you fancy?
That's a natural 20.
Oh, get burned, get burned. Get
I
fucked.
look at him
Well,
as
you
he
are
tries.
completely fine.
I look at him as he tries whatever he tries, and I say, "It's not happening. Bring your leader. Bring your
As
leader
you're-
or perish."
As you're kind of like just opening yourself up to whatever's about to happen, you like see the unblinking mage looks at you and then kind of like has to look away as if he's looking at something so bright it's blinding him.
Just,
That's
oh
why
my
he has the
god.
glasses.
He's not able to do anything to you. Yeah, he's so cool. We're inside. Why is he doing that?
Smoke coming out of his mouth and nostrils.
Wow.
Oh, guys,
Okay.
don't look at the explosion.
Nix, you're up.
I would like to bonus action mount my broom and try to get as far over to that unblinking mage. That
You could
Strahd's
probably
at.
get to like roughly you're like past the pool, but you're not up here yet. You're able to get to like here-ish.
In that case, I will Eldritch Blast him then.
Eldritch blast him.
You can send 4 at him, right? Because you have extra attack now?
Yep. So that's a 15.
That'll hit.
Y'all
Second
squeeze.
one is a 27.
Mm-hmm.
Third
Crit on my
one,
king
no. First, 13.
13 will hit.
Yeah.
They're mages. They're not
and
really
then,
able to take.
And then
hits.
23. So that's what? That's
That's
4d10. Not great. 24.
Cantrip.
Baby, that's
For-
more than what
Okay,
Strahd
yeah,
for a
did,
cantrip,
so-
for a cantrip, it's pretty
Damn
good.
good. So 24 total, so down to 63 hit points left.
But yeah. And that's
Okay.
Yeah, that's everything.
Sounds good. We'll go to Gadil. Everybody's gonna use their action.
I don't do it again.
I'm sorry, Gadil. What'd you say? I was looking at something else.
My token.
Oh.
Yeah, Gadil's not on the map.
Oh wait, what the hell?
I'm
Okay, where are you?
Like you're in the initiative, but
He's
not on the
secretly
map.
assassinating the.
Oh, for some
the
reason, okay, Owlbear Rodeo must be having issues because it just like dumped you up in like respawned your token up at the very top. But there you are. Sorry, that was weird.
Okay. Then I'm going to see the name. I prepare my hunter mark, so I'm hunter marking and I'm blinking mage 1.
Mage 1, you got it.
I'm stuck here. I'm going to use my gift of the chromatic dragon. I am going to take my bow. No, I'm going to take like the thing where my arrows are, how it's called in English.
Quiver.
Quiver.
I take my
quiver?
quiver. I'm like going to breathe
Oh,
fire
quiver?
then and all my
Oh,
arrows.
cool! You breathe fire into the quiver. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
Badass.
And I'm going to shoot twice.
Okay, and you're shooting at Unblinking Mage 1.
Yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
would be funny if I didn't.
We got so lucky with this initiative.
Yeah, you guys really did.
1.
But that's how it goes.
I mean, also
Yeah.
fucking help immensely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Little miss.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I think it's important to make damage this round.
Okay.
Not a bad call.
Yeah, 21.
21.
Okay, that'll hit.
And
21.
my second attack is 20.
Those both hit.
Okay. Then this will be a lot of damage. I hope so. It's this, but this. I'm going to use a mirror reaction. Yes.
Oh, so 24.
On the first one.
On the first one. Okay, good. Yeah, thanks for clarifying.
Okay.
No.
So 31. Okay, 46 right now, after 2.
That's 29, 29, 36.
Okay, down to 28 hit points.
Jesus.
I'm going to send an arrow flying in a straight line. How far would it be?
About like
Yeah.
similar to Nick's, somewhere in like
Okay.
this area.
Okay, then there.
Anything
And
else?
that's all I can do.
Okay.
Mia.
Hi.
Seeing that, at the end of Gadil's turn, Unblinking Mage 3 is going to use their monster action, and he's going to bring his gnarled, like, mummified hands up from his sleeve, and as it begins to, like, turn, this black hole of liquid necrotic energy forms in front of you, Gadil, and this howling, like, suctioning sound starts to try and pull you towards it, and I need a DC 15 charisma saving throw from you as well.
Yeah, I have a 0.
Get a 15. Just get a 15.
Just get that damn 15, dude.
Just flat 15.
13.
Damn.
Gadil has been banished. You get sucked into this necrotic black hole, and everything is just black.
Who did
All
that?
you can hear is the unblinking one. His laugh just echoes all around you in the void.
Is that banish an attack?
Save, right?
It's not a melee attack.
No,
it's
it's
a
not
spell
an attack. No,
It's
it's
not an
an
attack.
It's like control.
Oh,
Well,
guess,
is it
yeah.
is it like an attack roll?
why? What are you hoping to do? It's not an
use
attack.
If it's not, then it doesn't matter. But I was going to use my reaction cloud rune to move that banish to another creature.
Oh, yeah, it's not like the
Okay.
attack. So
Okay.
Gadil disappears. Okay.
Oh.
Mia, you're up.
Okay.
So you would see that. You'd see
Yeah.
Gadil just get sucked into the void.
Cool beans. Awesome. Love that from me. Which one did that? Again, was it this
3.
one? No, this one.
Three.
It
Can you
was
finish up the
3.
one that is dying?
Okay.
yeah, that one. The one that everybody's getting.
Just that one. Got it. Okay, so I am assuming that's all my movement. I don't know. I have 30 feet.
Yeah, your movement could get you like up into the courtyard somewhere, kind of this
Yeah,
area.
so like it get me like to right here.
And kind of think of movement here. It's easy on this map. Kind of think of it as like zones, like to get from anywhere kind of here to. Wait, why is my laser pointer not checking? To get from anywhere over here to anywhere over here is one move. To get from somewhere here to anywhere here, one move. Here to there.
Okay.
Like we kind of have these
Got it.
clear zones that you can move.
So does that mean by that logic, Kaz, Nyx, and Strahd are 30 feet from me? Because if it's a full move.
No,
I am.
probably not. That might stretch like aura spells too far. It's more just to make the movement part of things easier.
Okay, because the reason why is because I wanted to do the emboldening bond feature, and the creatures need to be 30 feet from me. So I just wanted to.
You have these people here.
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to. Thanks, guys. I think I figured it out.
Right here. You want to go right
Yeah.
there?
Right here.
How do I disable this feature?
Okay,
No.
so I'm going to have Ludovic, Sir Firestorm, and Casimir be my linked creatures for my emboldening bond. So to clarify, as action, I choose up to 3 willing creatures within 30 feet of me, creating a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until I use the feature again. Any bonding creatures within 30 feet of another, once per turn, they can roll a d4 and add it to an attack, ability check, or a saving throw that they make. And then you can use your reaction to teleport within 5 feet to the other person to take the damage the other person would have been taking from an attack or a spell.
Jesus.
So keep that in mind.
Good.
You said
That's
a D4 for attack, saves.
And ability checks.
Just once
Okay.
though per turn, right?
And no, the teleporting is a reaction.
No, the,
You can
the
use
+4.
no, that's a constant. It's for the time frame, so within like 10 minutes. Okay. And as my bonus action, because I didn't cast a spell, I'm going to cast spiritual weapon at 3rd level. So it does extra damaggio, and I can place it, I think 30 feet from me. I can put it right here.
We'll just use our little skull token.
Yeah, and then I can move it 20 feet.
Are you trying to get up and hit this dude?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I am indeedy duty. And I will then be duty. I am going to be doing the thing. And where's the spell? There it is. And it's 3rd level higher does an additional 1d8. So I'm going to be doing this twice. Hoya! Ooh, that's not bad. First 9 plus 7.
16.
16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Does that do you have to roll
Wait,
the
did
hit?
you? You didn't roll a hit.
Oh, that's valid. I should do that. My bad. My bad.
It's just instant damage.
That doesn't hit. My bad.
Use that
So it
1d4.
would have been.
You got a
What
1d4.
is
that bond? That
You got a
Yeah,
1d4. Or
No, that I'm not included in that. I linked you guys. I'm buffing you guys. I am the tool for your success. Mia's here to serve you, not herself. So that's all she's got. She tried to whack a mundo and it didn't work.
All right. At the end of your turn, Unblinking Mage 4 is up. So Unblinking Mage 4 gets their monster action back. And Sir Firestorm.
Come on, baby.
You are just at the cusp where I'm not quite sure if you're within what I would believe is a reasonable range for this. Will you give me just give me a yes/no dice, just a 1 or a 2?
I would love to. Just a 1 or a 2. I have to roll a d4. I don't have a d2.
Or no, I'm sorry. You in my head, I was thinking fast when I was talking. You don't want a 1 or a 2. You want
I got you.
a 3 or 4. Yes, you are out of the range.
That's
So we want a
another
1 or
4, baby.
4, let's go.
Okay, you see like this eye is just burning into you
You made
and
it.
is like trying to kind of suck everything into it, but you are just outside of the reach. You are so lucky.
I look at him. And I'm just like, no. If you want to hit me, you're going to have to get closer.
He's going to fly up into the air. So he's flying up here. And then he will point a finger right here. And he kind of draws a circle with his bony mummified finger, and a small dead eye forms in that space, and then explodes out in a sickening radiance spell. So I need so Firestorm, Mia, and Ludovic. You're all within range of this. To give me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
get a
Thank God I
d4
added-
from emboldened bond, or is it? It's a d4, Mia? Oh, yeah, it's a d4 for emboldened bond.
Yeah, it's a d4. Well, I don't
And-
know if that's the way it works.
Yeah, it's for
Firestorm
saves,
gets another
attacks, and-
+1 from Kaz's warding bond. Same with Mia
That's
from mine.
true. +1 to AC and saving throws. Yeah.
Ludovic had a 21.
Am I supposed to be rolling something? I had to step away for a second.
A saving.
Yes.
Yes,
a whiz-
con save.
Con save.
On.
Okay.
Yeah, con. DC 15.
DC what now?
15.
15.
Cool.
I got a 20.
Okay. If you failed, you are taking 29 points of necrotic damage. And if you succeeded, you just take half of that.
So Sir Firestorm, you take half of that because I'm warding bonded you.
Oh, I already succeeded,
Yep.
baby.
No, but you take half of that. You take half of the half.
Oh.
Because
Mia, you
So-
succeeded too, right?
so
Yeah.
half of 29, but then I also take the half of that 29.
Yeah.
Did
I think
anybody fail? Everybody passed, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You all passed like crazy. Okay, cool.
So it's half of 29.
At 29?
14. Round down.
Yeah, 14. Yeah.
So I
And then
15.
I think I'm gonna use my my fighting style interception reaction to reduce Mia's damage
Well,
by
hers is-
1d10.
hers was reduced from my warding bond too, so she would only
Yeah,
take
but
7.
I can also just make her not take any
Oh, okay, yeah, that works.
because it's a reaction. So yeah.
So
So-
I'm
7
not.
points of damage.
So
Well, hold on. You just have to see what he rolls.
Yeah.
1d10 plus 3.
So 4 or higher.
So 8, 9, 10, 11. So
You don't
yeah,
take
you
anything.
wouldn't take any damage, Mia.
okay, all right, I'm down for that.
Oh,
Okay.
We're coming for that ass, Landon.
Yeah, for real.
Sir Firestorm
Like how
would take
Andy-
14 damage.
I took 7 damage because it was a half and a
Actually,
half.
No,
actually,
it was
Mia,
already half
you
to
are gonna take
29.
that damage.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
half 29 to 14, and then
So
half
7?
it again is what you
That's
said,
fine.
right?
That's good. You're good.
Yeah.
Landon,
Yeah,
what?
Mia did have to take that because I used my reaction for my Shield Master Evasion to take no damage.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Landon,
fine.
was the half damage 29, or was that the full
No.
damage?
No, full damage is 29. Half is 14.
Oh,
That'd be an insane amount of damage for.
okay, and then
That'd be a player character level amount of
Okay.
damage.
so
there.
then me and Sir Firestorm take 7.
Whoa. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
I
different.
just
Were
got
you
brought
given a
slushy.
gift? Yes, I was gonna say, did you get a gift?
Yeah. Thank you, love.
Nice.
Tell her I said thank you.
Nails.
Keep him happy.
Yeah. Yeah, keep him happy.
Yeah.
You keep him happy. Fudge's rolls.
Okay. At the end of Unblinking Mage's 4 turn, Unblinking Mage 2, who has not used their monster action yet, is going to use their monster action. And he's
Yeah.
going to look over like Strahd's shoulder at Nyx as you're flying towards it, and just this undead grin pulls across the face as the ice stares right at you. And I need you to give me a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to use my inspo
You.
for the same roll.
damn, fucking
And now-
rip, dude.
You're not immune to necrotic damage. You just are resistant to it.
Yep.
Okay. 9 plus 4 is 13. So 15 points of necrotic damage. Halved to 7. And then you are frightened for a minute.
Mhm.
Oh, wait. Or no, yeah, you failed. You are frightened for a minute. And there is no repeated saving throw with that. You are straight up frightened.
So does that mean she can't move any closer to this one, or she has to move as far away? From
No.
As far as way, yes.
No, that's only specific frightened conditions force you to move farther away. I think it's that you can't move closer to the source of your fear.
Yeah.
And as
Pretty
long
sure
as I can, as long as I can see it, I have disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah.
Towards
Yeah,
it or
just
anything
not
else?
good.
I think it's just
The source of your fear.
Hmm.
I'm
Source.
good. Don't worry.
And then it is Unblinking Mage 1's turn. Let's see. First thing it's gonna do. Oh, jeez, Strahd's fucking right there on his ass.
Move. Do it.
He's gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Oh shit. Not the biscuit.
Love biscuits.
Get it.
Get it, get it.
He's going to actually. Here's what's gonna happen. Unblinking Mage 1 and Unblinking Mage 4 are together going to use their reaction, so they both lose it. And they are going to attempt to cast Banishment on Strahd and force him to make his save at disadvantage.
I figured.
Fuck.
Both eyes just start like pulling him in like different
Okay.
directions.
But he has legendary resistance then.
Is he done?
I'm done with
Slayer.
legendary resistance. None of my stuff has that anymore. If I use a legendary resistance from this point forward, call me out because I hate. They're like so lame. Okay, so he needs to make his charisma saving throw. What is his modifier? It's probably pretty fucking.
You don't have an aura yet, do you, Nyx, for your paladin level?
That's next level.
Nope. Next level.
Darn.
Okay. Strahd is getting a plus. It's a plus a 9. He's got to beat a 15, but he is at disadvantage.
He needs a 6 or higher.
First roll, 13.
Okay.
Second roll, 18. So as he begins to
My man.
get like kind of pulled in these different directions, and his skin kind of like peels off, this is my kingdom. I will not be banished from my own. Free of the spell. The Unblinking Mages kind of like spin back in the air from the explosion. But that's Unblinking Mage 1's monster action. Wasted. Unblinking Mage 3 is up, gets their monster action back. And he's going to... Oh, wow.
Get bonked on the head.
He forfeits.
Yeah, he runs away.
He's going to send a fireball
Ah.
right there.
Yeah.
So DC 15 dex saves from you all, please.
Is it a fireball or is it a fireball?
It's a fireball.
Are they
A necro ball.
Are they more than 10 feet away?
And he's also just saying it now. He's going to cast it 4th. Not 5th level.
I feel like.
And I'm sorry, what was the question you asked?
Are these two more than 10 feet away from me? I feel like it seems like they are.
Probably more than like 10-ish feet.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. No.
Yes, no die?
What are you hoping to do?
Oh no, just my aura, just the paladin aura that gives them a.
Oh, I'll say
Plus-
Ludovic, roll a yes, no dice. Mia, you're kind of further this way, so you're. I'm gonna say probably not for Mia.
Yeah,
Ludovic
I'm fucked.
might have a chance. You want a 3 or 4? You want a yes?
You got warding bond. You're good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ludovic, yes, you
Go
are
for it.
within his aura.
Okay, so he
Okay.
gets a
So-
+5 to whatever he gets.
So
Sure.
what? It's a deck
Sure.
save,
DC 15 dex save, please.
Ugh.
and
You have a +1 from my warding bond on your save to me.
okay. Da-da-da-da-da.
So plus another 5 on it.
18 in total with +1, so I succeeded.
Let's go.
Nice.
Baba
I'm gonna
booey.
take all this damage for you.
I am
And
so
Kaz,
sorry.
looks like you saved too.
Yeah.
Did everybody saved?
Yeah.
Yep,
Nice. Okay.
even
This
without
is
the
gonna be
bonuses.
9d6.
Who passed it?
9. 7 is 16. Plus 5. 21. Ugh. What is an 11 plus that? It's 32.
Yeah, 32.
Or more. 36 points of necrotic damage.
36
Half.
divided by
18.
2. Oh. Yeah, 18.
Yeah, 18.
And I'm gonna cast absorb elements as a reaction and have that again. So half of 18 is 8,
Yeah.
9?
Is it fire or necrotic damage? What is
If
it?
it's necrotic,
Necrotic.
then
It's necrotic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
think-
so the
Yeah, I don't think absorb elements work.
Oh, it doesn't? Is it? It's no.
I have been saying fireball, but it's a
Necro
No,
ball.
it just says you have resistance to the triggering damage type. Oh, but wait, it says cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. So 18 in the face. Got it.
But Mia takes
18.
9,
But you don't lose the spell slot.
and then since I'm resistant, do I take half of the 9 that I'm taking
I
from
think
her?
you'll take half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think so.
So 9 damage.
So you take like 4 points.
Yeah, I take 4 points.
Ew! I got stung by a bee. Ah.
Yeah. I have a slight welt from the burn on my arm, like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? And then, at the end of the round, the timer ticks down. 2, 3, and Mia and Casimir,
Oh.
being here in the vicinity, in the lair of the Unblinking One, you hear his voice as he speaks out to his mages. Yes, keep them busy. Yes. And then you will hear, specifically targeted at you all, think that this is all I had prepared for you. 4 measly mages. No. But you have made a mighty good show. And see how you fare against the undead, rotting remains of your precious Raven Queen. And you all hear this kind of like snapping sound of giant beaks clapping and like snapping together. And you hear the rustling of feathers and flesh as rising up out of the dark alcoves up here is you see like first like this large raven skull rise up, and then another, and then another, and more continue to rise as this multi-headed, giant, like almost raven-like dragon. It has these like long wings that extend out, several dozen big heads of these raven skulls, but they have like cycloptic eyes on them. Just shrieks into the room as deathly necrotic like bile spills out of its mouth, and feathers are just falling off of its body as all the heads start looking in different directions as it gets ready to attack. The remains of whatever sacred ravens were buried here long ago have been reanimated. And that is where we will pick things up next time. We can get through another whole round. It's, that would take an hour.
Like an hour around, yeah.
God damn.
So, but you guys have, these mages will be taken care of here pretty soon. But
Will
you have,
they?
so, dude, are you kidding me? Yes, there's one at 28 hit points left. You'll get him taken care of. What's up, Gadil?
In another thing.
You are still on another plane of existence. Another plane. You're just like in the Unblinking One's skull at the moment.
Beans.
That is not a permanent thing, though, Gadil. When it comes back to you, you'll have chances to try and get out of it.
It's not like the banishment, though. It's like the banishment, but not the.
It's a more fun
It's
version.
landishment.
Yeah.
But
Landishment.
next week,
Landman.
you guys will have 3 Unblinking mages and this Unblinking Raven Dragon to take care of.
Hydra.
And then the Unblinking one? Who knows? Seems like he's got things in motion. He said keep you all busy, so who knows?
Who
what
knows?
he's doing.
You know. Tell us.
I do know.
I know that our
I can
It's going to help us.
you know what? No, I'm not even gonna give you a little hint. I was almost going to, but
Pretty please. Pretty
hold
please.
back. Don't
Yeah,
spoil
hold
it.
back.
Don't spoil it.
Pretty please. I almost died in a hurricane today.
No, you're.
I mean, like 10 minutes down the road, like some of my favorite businesses were like flooded, like
Listen,
halfway.
me and Curtis had some leaves blown into our yard last week.
Yeah, right?
oh my god, are you okay?
I know, right?
We will rebuild.
I worked today.
It rained in California.
It
so...
worked from 8 to 7. And they
Y'all, I gotta hop.
Yeah.
Sorry. But super fun sesh. That role play, like, some of those interactions you had with Strahd were so good.
Great.
yeah.
So good.
Okay, my Stewie meme in
And
the fucking
I'm
chat.
very excited for this fight. Honestly, the next like 2 sessions are probably gonna be. I know how you guys really hated how you hated how I threw you from Deathly Fight to Deathly Fight to Deathly Fight.
I just like one big
Well,
deathly fight.
I'm kind of gonna do that again right now.
See, like this is different.
It's
This
different.
is different.
This is
It's
different.
the build up.
We
It's the build up.
chose this.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, of course.
And we got to spend half
Right,
of
well.
it like talking.
There was an illusion of choice made.
Shooting the shit.
Yes. But again, super fun. I hope you all had a good time.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, like always.
Mhm.
Yeah, always.
We'll see you next week, y'all.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Man.